Hello ladies and gentlemen, this is Tom here. I'm afraid the audio quality of our recording for the first 20 minutes of this show was absolutely appalling, so I've had to use our backup recorder to take the first 20 minutes worth of audio out. There are some phone blips and there's some major echo from the far right end of the room where Taz was sitting, although he makes up for it by still being so fucking loud that he's clipping the mic. So apologies for that as well. But I've worked out why this keeps happening now, so this will be the last show we have shit audio quality. Hopefully, fingers crossed, touch wood. Here we are then, issue 017. Enjoy.
Dear Diary, so the good news is that Ricky Jameson didn't punch me. But Dad did, a lot. We were just watching the news and something came on about Syria and he just lost it. And once he was done with me, he had to be taken away. Mum was crying and she tried her best to explain it to me. And she put it like this.
Aloha, it's Diola's birthday. Happy Tiki podcast to everyone.
Happy birthday, Diola! He's not here. Happy birthday, Diola!
We're going to get drunk in stuff with it.
Happy birthday, Diola! I'll face away for the mic for that one. Happy birthday to you.
Did you just say "eh-oh" instead of "eh-eh"?
It's
time for Teletubbies.
It's Diola. It's always slightly worrying to think about him too much.
Oh.
So it's
time for Rasta Tabbies.
Yeah. Welcome everyone to the Pot Topic podcast. I'm your host Tom. With me I have other hosts to my left. I have Kel.
Hello.
I have Eddie.
Jav Turkey?
I have Daz.
I don't know.
I have Beth.
Mm.
And of course we have Taran.
I'm not entirely clear on what a hoe-ass bitch is, but it does not sound good for the dog.
Ouch.
Cool. Shall we talk? shall we do the show thing?
Well, let's explain what the show is.
Oh yeah, it was my fault this time. Away you go, Tom.
So on this show we have two pots. We have one from the host, one from the community, filled with topics that you submit, and pull them all out random, talk bullshit for 2 hours, and hopefully entertain you.
hopefully.
Good luck, guys. Strap in. You're in for a long one.
Oh, it feels like a bad feeling on this one.
This time I brought the bar.
Yep, the whiskey.
The whiskey of the podcast is, as I'm not a whiskey drinker, I'm sure it's probably not very good, but it is Marks and Spencer's own.
Oh, actually, I'm really interested to try this. I've never tried Marks and Spencer's whiskey.
It doesn't look great.
Kenmore.
Kenmore.
5 years. Oh, it'll be a blend. That's fine. Oh, it is a blend. Cool. Yeah, sweet. Let's bosh it out.
But I also, at our office...
what way to unceremoniously open that bottle?
It's a screw top.
Yeah, I know. But
Right, hang on. So I didn't open it to the mic because it was not particularly very mic openable sound sonic niceness. So instead, I'll open my passion fruit mojito that I've bought in honour of Diola because it is rum.
Hey!
Bassy
That was
one.
a really nice
Oh,
one.
sorry. And I've also bought, at my office, Desperados came round and sent tiny little Desperados to everyone in the office.
Oh, we got some of that shit in the train station the other day.
Yeah, they're really trying. So anyone who wants one,
I'll have one.
They do give you a headache.
Oh, they're really trying.
They're really trying.
Bless their little socks. They're trying.
So this is Desperados Red, which has guarana in it,
Yeah, it is
and
lovely.
sriracha and
I mean,
tequila
is it
flavour.
just me, or
Shut
is that a weed leaf printed at the bottom of the can there?
And let's get the pot.
I think they're supposed to be in agave cactus. On account of it being tequila.
Yeah,
Either
wouldn't
that,
make sense.
Either that or Batman got high.
Everyone's got these little... Seriously, we'll
Part
take
the
a
smoke
photo.
signal.
We'll take a photo of all these little tiny cans. They are bloody adorable.
Sorry, I'm just thinking about Stone Batman now. Quick, release the bat signal. There he is in his cave. He's going, oh, look at the pretty lights.
Mobbing to 7-Eleven, quick!
420, Batman!
It's always 420 with Batman involved.
You know what we've got to do, don't you, Batman? What's that?
I've forgotten.
I've forgotten.
Oh, that's right. It's time for some deep and gnarly punch parley. Yeah, Darren, if you care to pour the whiskey out for us.
Thank you very much. So what's everyone been up to then recently?
Working. Lots.
I love the way we say that every week.
Yeah. Whilst drinking on a school night.
Whatever.
I took today off, motherfucker. This is me chillaxing.
Hashtag tomorrow's gonna hurt.
He's off the podcast. No. Unless it's hashtag Pop Topic Podcast on Instagram. Use it today, go on our community wall. Boom. That's how it's fucking done. That is how it's fucking done.
So I had my wedding anniversary with my lovely whimsical Hal.
Yay!
For the longest years of your life, or
We've been together for 9 years, so
no, just feels
Not that you're counting.
No, I'm quite excited by the counting. We went
Don't watch Sesame
Today on Sesame Street.
You're going to leave Hal for the count in a matter of minutes.
Wait. What comes after 2? What comes after 2? 3. Fuck! What next?
I don't want to spoil the ending, but 19.
So what did you get up to on your anniversary, darling?
We went to Undress Your Mind, the sexologist exhibition that's been on at the Welcome Collection.
Yeah, we saw that as well.
It's awesome,
Yeah, I went there. That was quite interesting, just purely by the fact that, sometimes you'll go to an exhibit somewhere and you'll think, I don't know anything about it, I just might as well educate myself.
You don't know anything about sex?
Well, no, that's it. Like anything about the exhibit.
Right.
We just went in there knowing it was a sex exhibition and it was free. And then, we went in there under the sort of thought that, we'll spend like an hour or two in here and then head back home and chill out. No, it was like 4 hours.
Just walked out staggered that, in fact, you do not piss on the vagina.
Wait, what?
I thought babies came from the butthole.
The stalk, dickhead.
The stalk's butthole. All right.
The Welcome Collection is always interesting. They've always got amazing free collections up there. There was a log that an artist made of all of her sexual partners. That was really interesting. And there was also a log of a scientist who logged her arousal and orgasms throughout a couple of months or maybe a year. And because this is all way back when in the days of yore, it's all this lovely calligraphy written on graph paper.
This was like 1920s, 30s, and
the time of Freud and stuff.
I didn't realise the Orgasmatron went back that far. That's my nickname in high school, by the way. But
okay, the Orgasmatron. On your own, did you give yourself that?
In the corner, covering myself in cum. I'm the Orgasmatron!
So that was your nickname for yourself in secondary school. In fact, everyone else just called you No.
No, go away.
Who's that? No. No, just no.
We then went to our favourite restaurant, which is Bintang, and everyone needs to go to it. It's in Kentish Town Road. We go to it. I think we've been to it on our anniversary a couple of years in a row. It's a bring your own bottle, which is awesome.
Oh, that's
Dangerous.
It's Pan-Asian. It's so good.
Oh, you told me about this place, yeah. It's
so good. We go to it for like many special occasions, and they've done it up recently. It looks really, really good, but before it was crazy, like they only had red and purple lights. All of their art on the walls is from all these different countries. It makes no sense. There's no correlation to anything. There's fairy lights, it's bizarre. And then they play things like Only You. It's like, none of this makes sense. None of this makes sense, and I'm getting drunk for cheap. This is brilliant. No, it's a really, really good restaurant. I recommend it.
I've always wanted to go to a bring your own bottle sort of place.
So wait.
It sounds like a recipe.
Does this fall into Andy's guideline in the previous podcast about how comfortable a restaurant can be, thus making it a better restaurant experience? He hated the sushi place because
because the seats.
So
well, this is coming from a man who has no sense of smell, so taste is kind of
limited.
Lost on him.
Yeah. So buying raw fish is probably not going to go down anyway.
In the Queen's Throne, eating gruel, he'd be happy as that.
As long as the gruel had texture, yes.
But yes, much love to my husband, who sadly could not be with us because he's working his ass off. But
I thought you meant after the restaurant. A bum bum.
But yeah, I'm done. Lovely-dovey stuff, and someone else can talk now. Yay!
Well done.
Congratulations, Beth
Like
and
show and
Hal.
tell.
Thank you.
I've got news.
Oh, bloody hell, that's the first.
Have you made any ice cream yet?
No.
Then you have no news.
So, I a little bit met someone.
Oh.
I basically got picked up in a bar in Bromley the other week.
What, literally, or
Uh-oh.
you're coming with me?
And we got chatting for a while, really, really lovely. And he sort of turned around to me, he was like, so, I know you're out with your workmates at the moment, but do you fancy going for a drink sometime? I was like, oh, what? You mean like a date? And he was like, yeah. I was like,
Oh.
wow. Oh, that's amazing, thank you. It's the first date I've been on since my sex change.
Because you wouldn't be Kel without doing that.
And then he quickly left.
Well done.
Cock-blocked yourself.
Oh, have you met Kel? Yeah. She does that a lot.
I didn't mean
You're
to.
entering my dark place.
Where it came from.
Sorry, can I just see a form of ID, please? Yeah, oh, you're older than 18? Yeah, too old, sorry.
Just giving dudes full on minge cream wherever she goes.
Thanks.
It's always good to have a skill.
That was a complete accident, though.
Oh.
Although you did get picked up by somebody else, didn't you?
What?
By a 3.5-year-old.
So, yeah, I went to see friend's children at the weekend. That was amazing. And her little 3.5-year-old decided that I'm his girlfriend.
No.
Hot.
My favourite sentence of the day was, "Mummy, my girlfriend needs another glass of wine." Which, considering I was drinking tea, was quite interesting.
He knows how to talk to ladies.
But then he pulled my top down and motorboated me.
Yes. Got his eyes on the prize.
And then
Second base on the first day. That's fucking impressive.
everyone in the room obviously laughed. And then he went and grabbed a baby wipe, wrapped it around my wrists and said, "Baby wipe handcuffs." At which point, another friend accidentally said, "Oh, he's kinky." And then he spent the next 5 minutes dancing around the room shouting about how he was kinky.
Oh, man.
Then I made him cry.
12 and a half years, Kel, and you have your perfect man.
Right? Tell me about it. Yeah, I made him cry because I wouldn't play with him anymore because I wanted a cup of tea.
Well, yeah. That does make sense.
It was a bit of a silly day, really.
You speak from experience. Have you made Hal cry this way?
I'm not playing with you anymore. I want a cup of tea.
Wifey! No, you're not Earl Grey, are you? Are you Earl Grey? No, you're not. Away I go.
Wait until they make that flavour lube. That sounds so shong.
No, schlong. Schlong.
Ah. Right, we need to start this.
You'd put on so much weight.
It goes straight to your hips.
Eddie, have you got anything to report?
Two little things. One,
Of course.
I turned 36.
Happy birthday to Eddie as well.
Happy birthday, your birthday to me. He says for you as well.
One step closer.
And two, I've very recently ended a 24-year love affair with tobacco.
Boom.
Well done, mate.
Well done.
Damn, I miss her.
Show and tell.
Yeah.
Well done, you sir. Yes, I too am also a fan of vaping. To clarify, Eddie has bought himself a big fat vape.
It's a ridiculously fat vape.
Lame Mr. Sinden.
Gotta love that
For
discount.
what? That's a long list.
He sold me this then.
He sold you a few more years on your life. Boom. And tasty different flavours. Like Earl Grey.
Oh, so tasty.
Like Hal's cock.
Yeah, the cheeky git, he sold me on a vape by letting me taste Earl Grey, and then he pointed out afterwards that Earl Grey actually is one of those things that needs to go on the wadding.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm going to be getting one of those very soon. I've already got the Earl Grey fluid, and every time I smoke it, I'm just going to... Oh, I'm having a tea party! It's going to be wonderful.
But as I said to him, it will just make the times I steal his vape all the more precious.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Oh, I've moved house.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah!
So I've moved out lovely rural countryside Godstone to Croydon.
Hang on. How did I not know this at all?
I didn't know it either.
I did it really quickly.
When was the sister and the friend?
Why,
Oh,
Croydon?
dear. I didn't realise the saying went, I'm sort of stuck between my rock, and I'm just a shit brother and friend.
Yes.
Wicked.
I'll be there for you, except when I'm moving house. I won't tell you anything about
I will not
that.
be there if I have to get back there by the tram. Bob.
Ba, 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 ba.
On the plus side, you didn't hit your friends and family up for helping you move.
No,
So
not at
props,
all.
man.
Basically
No, he's
because
the one with the car.
I do have a car, so I moved over all my clothes and then just left all my belongings there, which I'm just going to stick in the roof of my pub. So I don't have to move again in January. I just do it all again
Yeah, that does make sense.
without moving in between.
But I
Does
don't,
that make sense?
Why Croydon?
Because it's 20 minutes away from where I work. It's right
Yeah.
next to tram links for...
Hang on, what?
Yeah, Croydon's like 20 minutes
It
away
is
from
very,
Surrey.
very useful, Croydon in general, which is why a lot of people live there.
I do,
It's literally one road.
What?
Let's ask how long away it is from here.
Yeah, Croydon is 20 minutes away from my pub in Godstone, Surrey.
and it's only, well, I suppose it's only about 20 minutes, half hour drive away from here as well.
Yeah,
That's good stuff.
so it's right in the middle, which is kind of much nicer.
Do you know what this tells me?
What's that?
I have no idea where Godstone is.
Or Croydon.
I know where Croydon is.
Unfortunately.
Ish.
But yeah, it's a lovely big 4-bedroom house, and me and my girlfriend Rita have had it to ourselves for about a week
Wow.
because no one else has moved in yet.
Wow.
So it's been sick.
Done it in every room yet?
No, what the fuck's that about? We haven't actually. Why are you pointing out the door? Do you want to go for one quickly? Or... Okay.
Do
Would
you
that
think
not
someone was
hurt?
breaking in? Really? Oh, God.
No one's going to want to break in here. Really?
They might want to take the yellow light. It is precious.
No, that's staying.
You'll be forcing it on them as they leave.
We've only recently salvaged the foot porn DVD that you hid behind the poster.
I think
Look
you've
at it.
mentioned this on the Hot Topic podcast before, and I think you put a
Yeah.
photo of it on the Instagram. Basically, there's this disgusting foot DVD of porn, and I hid it for quite some months, and I got a message at 3 o'clock in the morning or something from Diola of just the picture of them going, "We found it."
Thank you for hiding it, because I see it every time I walk in this room, because I know it's there.
Still looks like Britney Spears.
Oh, baby.
So I have some news.
Awesome.
I'm on Twitter.
How do you clip when you're facing the wall rather than the microphone?
Because I've decided to be loud today, Thomas. Thank you very much.
Wicked.
Yes, I'm on Twitter. If you two are on Twitter, come find me at the Taz the Tam.
That's really good, actually. I like that.
Thank you very much. I chose it because I quite liked the cadence of the words.
I don't understand what's going on this evening. Tom's moved house and Taz is on Twitter.
I know, worlds collide. What? No, that's wrong.
Apparently we're not growing up.
Nope.
These are all like big things that I knew nothing of.
Yes.
Me getting on Twitter is big.
This is personal progression.
Me moving house is big. I do it every 4 months.
Yeah?
I do it a lot. It feels like a lot.
Innuendo.
But Twitter is it's confusing.
It's this new site, right? Where
But
you can post updates.
but
And you can twat all over the place.
but I quite like it because it's relatively non-committal. You can just look at stuff or not look at stuff.
Well, you have to try hard because you have to keep it really succinct.
Yeah, I actually quite enjoy that challenge. Do you know the first thing I did on Twitter is
Look up Hamron jokes.
no, that's close to the top though.
Hashtag piggate, probably.
Yeah, that's close. No, I added Kevin Smith,
Oh, yes.
and for my very first tweet was something along the lines of at that Kevin Smith. Very first tweet, just thought I'd alert you to this Chinese dick restaurant. Gave him a link to a video that's talking about a Chinese restaurant, a restaurant in China rather, that serves only penises. And then hashtag it with hashtag fuck hello Twitter. that was my first thing. Shortly after that, I added God because it turns out he's quite funny.
You need to follow this one, mate.
What's that one?
It's where they mash up Kim Kardashian's tweets.
Kierkegaard.
So every single tweet that Kim Kardashian does basically gets injected with nihilistic philosophy.
Oh,
it's
amazing.
fucking beautiful.
Okay.
Read out a couple of
Read
Daz, go on.
one out, Daz.
Okay, let's see. So the first one, oh no, not that one.
Just read one.
Eyebrows on fleek. This is as close as I can come to approaching the absolute.
Lovely.
Okay.
It's wonderful, isn't it?
I like it.
The only thing I see is emptiness. The only thing I live on is emptiness. The only thing I move in is emptiness. Twitter is so fun.
Yes.
Fabulous.
All right, sweet. I'm going to be checking that out.
Yeah, that's one of my favourites.
And yeah, do you know, I've also started using the hashtag Mochi Body Sushi.
Yes.
So the first one, of course, is superb meal last night. Hashtag Mochi Body Sushi. Hashtag Hot Topic Podcast. And then I posted another one up today, which was it's so much better when the plate doesn't warm your food. Hashtag Mochi Body Sushi. Hashtag Hot Topic Podcast.
You can also see on Instagram a picture that I quickly photoshopped and completely forgot to add any shadow to the body, which is awesome. I look at it and go, what the fuck is wrong? Oh yeah, I've just put two pictures on top of each other and not merged them at all.
Superimposing like a boss.
Clip art. Right, cool. Any more news from anyone? No?
No. Boom! Who's up first?
Well, let's have one from the host pot.
Right. Oh, sorry. I've already pulled one. Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, what have you got?
I've already pulled one out from the community Pol Pot.
Okay, from Pol Pot, what we got?
Dan.
I'm a poet and I well didn't intend to do it.
This is
Pol Pot, what we got? Untold misery. Yeah, I'm sick.
Make a jingle out of that. Pol Pot, what do you got?
Doop-de-doop-de-doo, death.
Dan. Least favourite musical genre?
Oh,
wait. Least favourite.
Disco.
Oh, yeah. I think he means your worst. Like, it's not actually your favourite in any way, but it's one you don't like. I think that's what he means.
Okay.
You don't like disco?
I hate.
What about the fact that some people might argue there's some classic tunes?
Oh, I do not. I respect.
But you
I
don't,
just
we'd
would
never listen to
rather castrate myself with a blunt instrument than sit through Bee Gees.
Staying alive.
But on the other hand,
Or not, as the case may be.
on the other hand, without disco, we wouldn't have the disco rework of Beethoven's Fifth.
I can live with that.
Oh no, it's such a good.
I haven't heard it, which is probably why.
Does it have plenty of
No, it's they used it in an episode of Family Guy. Yeah, where we're all doing roller disco.
shit, yes. Yes, I know what you're talking about now.
So now you shouldn't have said disco. You should have said something fake. Because now they're just going to do this.
Well, the reason is because my mother made me sit through a film when I was little called Xanadu.
Oh, man.
And I literally almost felt my rectum prolapse in protest of sitting through that shit.
Oh, man.
Just funny enough what you do if your rectum prolapsed. Sit through a lot of shit.
I like the idea of a protest prolapse.
Yes.
We're not taking it anymore.
Look at my rose! Look at it! It's disappointed in you!
I put it to you, sir.
Yes.
That if you are gluten intolerant, that is your rectum protesting against you eating gluten.
If it happens that way, ooh, and pop.
Oh yeah.
So types of music I don't like. I can't quite get on board with house music.
Oh, but have you not heard some amazing stuff around
Is
your
that
house
the one
at
that's all
parties?
about boots and cats?
Boots and
Yes.
cats and boots
Yeah,
and cats.
boots and cats and boots and cats and boots and cats.
Jason has
Cats and
opened
Debenham.
my eyes to so many good
Cats and
house
Debenham.
music. What's actually quite nice is kind of going, not obviously not trying to convert you. Everyone's got different tastes.
No, fair enough.
But I have taken to I've taken to.
I'm not trying to convert you, but you've heard of my Lord and Saviour Jesus Christ.
You've heard my Lord and Saviour, boots and cats. what I've taken to is like kind of doing stuff around the house. If I've listened to all the podcasts there ever are, which is, I'm coming close to that point, I put on something like dark progressive house mix that lasts for 3 hours, and it's all like dark, horrible, like minor key versions of house tracks and stuff like that. It's just a lovely genre.
Do you mean to relax and unwind after listening to a lot of podcasts? You like to listen to that track they were playing in Nathan Barley where it gets better in 3 hours?
No, but then I never got into Nathan Barley.
That was a reference that no one's going to get.
I tried, failed to get into Nathan Barley, but no, just like doing stuff like doing housework and stuff like that. It's really nice.
I don't mind like dark house. I don't mind progressive house. I don't like even minimal house to a certain. But but by the same token,
mean the cheesy,
like the actual house music, like the other genres that come off it. They've taken house music and then done something good with it.
I see what you mean.
House music, I struggle to find kind of redeeming qualities in it. But there's always like a track or two.
Yeah.
Also, like, instinctively, I also kind of just want to say, like, R&B and hip hop. But then again, by the same token, there's some really good tracks out there. There's some really good R&B, and there's some really good hip hop.
I think with most music choices, the fact that people will argue over years and years and years about musical choice is the fact that there is that potential to just have one song within one genre that is good enough to get you hooked. Because, for instance,
I do have the exception though.
I never really got on board with glitch music. I love some of the stuff that you played, like the 8-bit stuff. What are they called? I keep forgetting.
Anamanaguchi?
No. The
glitchy shit.
Bit shifter.
Like that was my first sort of taster of glitch music.
That's chiptune.
Chiptune, yeah. But I mean, that was all I knew of glitch.
That's not
that's not glitch.
But that kind of electronic music. But it wasn't until the glitch mob came along where I was suddenly like, I want to listen to everything of this genre.
They are way different genres.
Yeah, no, okay. But what I meant is that...
Yeah.
Okay.
You want
understanding.
the electronic thing.
Yes.
Yeah. Ish. It's kind of like saying, "Oh yeah, no, I really got into jazz after I listened to Brahms."
Yeah.
What's your
I
exception,
do
then?
have one, which is neo-Nazi techno music of the early 90s.
What?
Anything neo-Nazi?
Now that's what I call
Exactly, my friend.
and I know why he hates it. It's because he's particularly
I love fucking Atari Teenage Riot. That's right. Blah, blah.
because digital hardcore sort of evolved as a response to like the neo-Nazi
Techno music
bullshit
that was going on.
What's on the Two Unlimited?
Exactly that kind of music. Yeah, neo-Nazi 90s dance music.
Is that what you're referencing?
No.
Oh man,
They are.
It was very like a German thing.
They are
that's-
quite neo-Nazi though, because they go no.
No. There's no limit.
I'm just trying to imagine like neo-Nazi techno music, sort of just Cyclone B.
Do you not remember Simon Panrucker, Size Tunes, when we used to listen all that time ago? Come on, dance the pumping sound.
Oh, yes. Look him up, ladies and gentlemen. He's fucking amazing.
Look up Simon Panrucker, please. He's a comedic genius.
He's so hilarious.
Oh, one of my favourite lyrics of all time is the other night I blew chunks. It's just a shame that's my dog's name.
Yeah. I'm gonna be very unpopular when I say my least favourite genre of music.
Go for it.
J/K-pop.
Fuck you.
It's just my taste, Carrie.
No, it's fair enough. I completely I think we love it because it's so silly.
Oh, I know that, we can comedically argue about it, but I actually just don't like it. It's not like I'm putting it on.
Spider-Man, do you want my love now? Please don't go away.
But the thing is, I love the Spice Girls. Okay, that would be kind of nostalgic as well, but pop I really, really like. It's not like I'm running away from anything cheesy.
Yeah.
But that's just cheesy to a new fucking level.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I like it.
See, I think my least favourite sort of genre of music, it can generally be boiled down to simpleton terms, which is if I just can't understand it, not understand it, because certain opera, obviously I don't understand it, I can still appreciate it, but when I'm struggling to listen to what should be lyrics, as in like for me, I listen to a lot of silly and incredibly stupid, weird music, But then again, I can go to a rave, listen to some great music, but then the second that an MC steps up, shouts at the crowd while making a gun gesture with the other hand, and then just has an epileptic fit down the microphone, and people all in the front row are looking at this dude like, you are such a man, you are alpha male. All I'm hearing is, yo, what's up, London? We're going to smash it tonight.
When I'm in a club, I do kind of like that if they're playing drum and bass. I can't listen to it on recording. I like it in the actual club.
Because of the atmosphere and stuff like that.
Yeah,
that's
it's
quite
a hype,
nice.
man.
But drum and bass is so amazing.
Yeah.
That kind of ruins it when someone's going over the top of it.
The stuff that MCs tend to just babble over is the more
pirate radio style.
Yeah, Croydon stuff.
Oh yeah, indigenous to your parts.
It does tend to be the stuff like Skibbity and stuff like that.
Yeah, I get very bored of it very quickly because, just like Beth said, some great R&B tracks or just even jungle stuff, like certain jungle tracks. There's a jungle remix of the Superman theme tune, which is obviously gonna have some appeal to me because
sounds awful, but go on.
Yeah, exactly. But the initial opening to it was just like enough to get me, a Superman geek and fan, hooked. But then the second that they cut out the Superman intro theme, and then you've got some twat going, Superman, am I supposed to put on a... I'm just like, oh, God, no. That's the point where I hit stop.
I've got a mix of that without it. I'll chuck it over to you.
I think it's One Nation. That's the jungle or garage band that do it, and it's just like...
Ain't that label? I don't know.
Either way.
What do you reckon, Kel?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
I'm pretty adverse to like all genres. Like, there's nothing that I particularly dislike overly. Like,
is that because it's hard to say? Like, I find it quite hard to generalise music in the first place. So you can't really put things into labels that hard. Like everyone's saying, we're kind of agreeing that you can get some outstanding tunes in anything.
It's that, and it's the fact that stuff that generally I wouldn't want to listen to, because I don't particularly enjoy listening to, is the stuff that I used to sing to. So, like all the operetta kind of stuff, I used to sing that, but I didn't like listening to it. It's really, really conflicting there
so you're
as well.
enjoying it in a completely different way. Not just like sitting there enjoying it recreationally.
It's just kind of an appreciation for music in general.
Yeah.
And there's nothing that I'd particularly go to listen to, and nothing that I particularly would like. That's a lie.
We've all got those car tunes or like walking to work tunes.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm really struggling to find something that I particularly dislike.
Yeah. That makes sense.
I find myself very rarely finding something in the charts that I like.
Taylor Swift can go fucking suck one. It's fucking awful.
Which only adds to my whole confusion about the world. Because I don't understand it. If this is what everyone like, I don't understand why I don't. It's one of those things. It's the reason I get depressed. The whole world makes no sense. And
Taylor Swift is the reason.
And I consider myself a victim in this.
No, it's true, because if you don't connect with the world every single day, like you're not listening to the classic radio, you're not listening to the radio station that everyone else is, you're not listening to the chart music, you're not turning on the TV all the time and watching what other people are watching, what the grand masses are watching. You do feel so disconnected. It's like, what are you guys doing over there? What are you doing? Which is strange, because surely there's a lot of people that think like that, because we've got the internet now. Everyone can go listen to whatever the hell they want. Surely those masses are not as big as they used to be. Well, they're not controlling the world anymore.
The other thing is, and maybe it's because of the people we hang out with and the profession I'm in, but it's really rare for me to come across the people who listen to that, who are just like do the mainstream thing.
Not for me.
I find it.
I have to stand in the kitchen all fucking day and listen to that shit.
I'm finding quite the exception, because where I've been going out with my work friends, they're very much about the charts and we'll go out and we'll dance and sing along to whatever is now, whereas that's not me.
But then again, we were Sia is phenomenal, but we were just singing Sia earlier because she is phenomenal, but she is also in the charts. So that's
I think there are a few breakthroughs that you do get some really, really genuinely good artists in the charts.
Yeah. Which you should, surely.
Yeah.
Surely.
I think, unfortunately, the problem with that is if they happen to be pigeonholed in a genre like pop,
Yeah.
Because of their first breakout song.
I'm going to point out that pop is just popular music. It's the stuff that's most popular. So the reason why I tend to find it, I assume this is the reason why I find it quite hard to listen to a lot of pop music and chart music, is because it sells so much, because it appeals to so many people, therefore it's so middle of the road.
Yeah, it's John.
Yeah. There's nothing exceptional, or there's nothing that I can grasp onto as being, oh shit, that's the new sound.
Yeah. But this,
like, I don't give a shit.
I agree with that completely. My next point to that was going to be the fact that for me, sat in my office, listening to Kiss, or possibly I might get a change and have like Radio 1, because they will occasionally throw in something weird like Chop Suey, or, you know, just like a song that will catch you off guard unless you happen to notice it. But the rest of the songs, other than stereotypically being repeated 5 or 6 times throughout an 8-hour period, the lyrical content consists of a few middle words, then one very catchy chorus, and repeat. It's that catchy chorus. Just
I can't. Although I'm a lyric whore and I love a clever lyric in a song, I do listen to Atari Teenage Riot a hell of a lot, and they either say their name or they say 1, 2, 3, 4, and that's about it through most of their songs. So.
Yeah, but then again, they've also got something that appeals to you in the fact of how they perform those songs and the fact that it's not the norm. Whereas when I'm listening to pop music, for me, it's just
You're
the
saying
same.
You can't grasp onto any part, but you can't grasp onto the music, you can't grasp onto the lyrics, and
it's just a repetitive formula to a catchy chorus.
Have we just said that like pop is our least favourite genre, and we've just answered the question?
I love it.
But pop is essentially like, lift music. So it's completely inoffensive. No one has any particular feeling anyway for it. It's just there. It's just playing. No one can pay any attention, or you can pay attention, have a little dance if you feel like it.
Actually,
it's not offensive.
I thought this the other day in the kitchen, because one guy put on the radio and all of a sudden Eminem's new song came on. And I was like,
he's still around?
He's got a new song?
Yeah. Believe it or not.
Question mark?
And it was just like, holy shit. He was always pop.
Yeah. Dude, I saw him whilst I was at school. I went to Top of the Pops, saw him hold on to his penis for about 2 hours performing the song over and over again. I was just like, this is the poppiest, cheesiest thing I've ever seen. There's nothing street about him at that point.
The new stuff is even worse.
He probably was before, but...
It's even worse.
He's an interesting case,
it's a
though.
Gimmick. It's a fucking gimmick.
But I like the comedy of it. It's quite nice, but...
He's an interesting case, though, because I know for a fact there's at least one Oxford professor of English who talks a lot about Eminem and like his rhymes.
He dissects the formula that he uses in his rhyming patterns and explains as to his particular form of rapping, why it's become so successful.
Compares him to Shakespeare.
Yes. Yeah. Wow. I've seen that.
I'm back on the rack on ovulating. I know you've got a job, Miss Cheney, but your husband's heart problem's complicated.
Cool. So, we set up something from the hot pot?
Indeed.
Now, I've got a feeling. Now, this is definitely a Tom drunk one, because it's on the tiniest scrap of paper. But I think we've kind of covered it before.
Okay, go on.
But I think we've mainly focused on the shirts.
The shirts?
Yeah, the topic is,
with me.
Not nice and timely, the Rosetta mission.
I don't know what that means.
We have talked about that, haven't we?
Well, I mean, we spoke about the dude's shirt.
No, we
you're right.
That was the topic.
I know. I feel so uncultured, but yes, I remember now.
Yeah, I suppose we could do it briefly because we have vaguely covered it, and everyone's lived through it, and we were all there, and it was all. Oh, isn't it very good?
Exciting.
Darren's looking, and also Ed's
looks confused.
Yeah, they're looking at me confused. So the Rosetta mission was us landing a probe on a comet.
Ah, right.
It was basically us scientifically
Eddie
throwing
wasn't there.
a
He
dart.
was out that day.
Yeah, he got.
Yeah, how was it described? It was basically it was the equivalent of riding a horse and shooting a gun and then hitting another bullet with your bullets while wearing a blindfold. That's how the scientists described it. And do you know what?
Again, I'm going to say we rather than they, so I make myself feel better about my choice of career.
He's got to be a gamer, isn't he? He's definitely a gamer. He's had some like hardcore joystick controlling.
That dude.
Are we totally not doing phrasing?
That dude could totally dual analog that shit onto a comment. That's what I'm saying.
Oh, it was one of my favourite things ever. I was, I happened to be privy, like someone I knew on Facebook got embroiled in like why you should or shouldn't get tattoos. Oh, work, they're terrible. They make you look awful. And they posted up a picture of that dude. Yeah. And as well as the shirt, he's covered in tats.
Yeah,
it's
exactly.
Like, yeah, man covered in tat, landing on comment. What you say, bruv?
Clearly the ink was getting in the way of his brain. Oh, wait. No, wait. No.
Oh, what? Are you now making references to Christians Against Tattoos? Did you see all that? All the posts that were going up on Facebook?
No, but I've seen one of them. Yeah, it's satire. It's very similar to Christians Against Drugs. Like
that's a phenomenal Facebook page. Please go.
Putting up a picture of one person saying, "This person smoked 3 marijuanas in one night and now are dead." Fantastic.
So let's steer away from the guy's shirt.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. No, and let's focus on the facts that the human race, in particular, a set of really clever motherfuckers, landed something on a thing going really fast, miles and many miles away. Not parsecs, but definitely miles.
Farther than Cornwall.
Do you know what? I could stand in the back garden with a golf ball and throw it, and I guarantee I would not hit Cornwall. How those fuckers got something on a comet?
I believe in you, Wilmore.
Alright, well, if I'm going to beef up my throwing arm, it's time to get some wanking done.
Did you see the footage of the lady who was like jumping up and down and crying when it happened?
Yeah.
Oh my god, that was so heartwarming. How long have they been working on this mission for?
Because it happened.
Oh, it was like 7 years or something, wasn't it? It was
7 years, and it all came to fruition. And she was just like, and someone thankfully found this excited woman and pointed the camera at her because she was perfect for that moment.
She was, because if I remember, like she was kind of mid-interview saying,
yes.
Like, "Oh, well, I mean, this is what we're going through. This is what we're and sort of going through. So, and this is, here's the possible complication here, and here's what we're going. We're kind of in, like we're close now, and we've released the probe, and then sort of looks away, and then all of a sudden, we've done it! Jumping up and down, it's like, oh, yes!
So good.
Wasn't this also one of the other viral videos that was spun off of this? I remember seeing.
Oh, yeah, it was Littlefinger from Game of Thrones.
Yes.
No, this is completely serious.
Oh my god, what?
No.
Oh, yeah, this is how...
a promo video. Me and Taz are having a very late night. It was 7 o'clock the next morning.
Yeah, I was going to say.
And we were fucked. And we were just looking things up on YouTube to just entertain ourselves. We're fucked.
Oh, that was the night Rikard said, "I hope you both get some sleep soon."
Oh, yeah. Oh, I love you, Rikard.
But yeah, vaguely, just through through the Facebook page.
Yeah, we were.
Rikard, big up.
And we came across this little promo video called Water, I believe it was called. And it was just, like this futuristic thing where basically Avatar-like powers, people are like making land raise and water crash across things with just a move of their arm. And Littlefinger from Game of Thrones is there, and he's playing one of the characters. He's like, "Oh, this is cool. Please look at the Rosetta mission." Shows a website.
Well, it was.
Wait, what? The stuff they were talking about in the promo is shit that's just happened.
Yeah. About to happen. Yeah, that's how we found out about it. Because guys, have you heard about this?
When we found this video, we were like days away from the landing. I think it was like a week away from they're actually going to try and land it.
Yeah,
and it was just a celebration promo for them.
I mean, didn't they also stream live feeds over YouTube? And there was like there were several websites that just went down because they couldn't handle the streaming capabilities.
They can live stream V Festival.
To be honest, in our lifetime, our lifetime being from like the mid-80s onwards, there's not really been that much space exploratory work done.
Yeah,
compared to like say the 60s or anything like that, the 70s, where it's like just fucking Apollo missions after
I think the last big thing that I took notice of as well was the making of the Hadron Collider when that was being done. You know, everyone got so excited that
petrified.
slash petrified, but I mean that's going to be because of the media coin phrase of making the God particle.
It is, yeah.
Like, how can we sell science a little bit more? Shall we just tell them the amazing truth of what we're trying to do here? No, let's give it a niche name.
Darren,
God,
I completely agree, but I'm not going to let you talk down the fact that they managed to find the Higgs boson.
No. I'm not talking down about that. I'm talking about how the media portrayed it to be popular by just coining the phrase of finding the God.
It's completely justified.
It's really not. The scientists, a lot of scientists sort of came out at the time and said, God particles kind of a misnomer.
It is completely. No, I'm not saying that.
But it does kind of demonstrate how we transition from energy to mass.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a very vital thing. Something that was theoretical, they've actually physically proven now.
Yeah.
It's theoretical physics that is no longer theoretical. It's fucking amazing.
I know.
I think it was more the media thing of going, there's going to be a black hole in the middle of
Switzerland.
Oh, that made me giggle.
That's the silliness.
That led to the singular most isolated moment of my working career. Because I worked in an office of Essexites.
Right.
I've heard of them.
Yes, they're a tribal
on the
race,
Discovery Channel,
prone to migrations every summer to Ibiza. But I used to get berated for not knowing who Callum Best was.
You know Callum Best is.
That's exactly what they said.
George
to me.
Best's son.
That's what I guessed, and they went duh, and I went, well, just guessing by the surname. But when the Higgs boson, when the CERN super collider was going to be turned on. And the Sun were talking about a black hole.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Literally, the whole of my office were like, well, they shouldn't do it. That's just irresponsible. What could we possibly gain from turning this machine on? Apart from getting a black hole. And I was like, I had this moment where I was like, I could explain, but I'm not gonna.
There were those people who had kind of misread the further misrepresentations in the press and seems to be under the illusion that it's going to be 3, 2, 1, click anomaly!
Yeah.
However, it is the best setup for the board game we've yet to play. Gamma World by Wizards of the Coast.
Yeah.
The story behind Gamma World is basically it's a post-apocalyptic future where all universes have collided. And so all parallel dimensions have all just folded into one. So there's weird things like badger people, pigs who ride motorbike choppers and that kind of thing.
I'm never going to sleep again.
But it's all started by what they coin as the big mistake, which happened with the Large Hadron Collider.
That's so clever. I like that.
It's fucking awesome.
Right then.
Well, I was surprised we actually managed to talk about nothing about the Rosetta mission.
No, we didn't. I
just
wanted to go on a little bit and sort of talk about the actual landing, because we landed it obviously, and we all know it landed and then it fell over and then it's in a place of shadow. So it's going to be quite interesting because it's still on its mission. It's still the comet's still in orbit, and it's the actual probe itself is going to be picking up energy every now and then as it comes into correct rotation or whatnot. And I believe the probe that launched the probe is also going to be following the comet the whole way.
Yes, it is. Yeah.
So it's going to be interesting to see the sum up once the entire run is done. So
I think it will be similar to the Hadron Collider because a lot of people still got excited when they found it. And it was created, but did you notice the difference in hype between its first publication about them building it compared to when somebody went, oh, by the way, it's worked?
No, because then if you think about the recent Pluto flyby, the results of...
I don't know why it was laser cannons.
Star Wars.
Hey, Pluto! What's that?
Because the results we got back from that were pretty hyped up. We got very excited about that as a humankind.
That's because we've
still got some attachment to the planet. The body as a planet. But yeah, what was it? Oh, yes, so you were talking about kind of what came out after we did the landing, and now there was one really interesting thing, and then one thing that was also quite interesting, but that wasn't as interesting as the really interesting thing, but that everyone else kind of glommed onto. The interesting thing is, the probe discovered amino acids.
Yeah.
In the ice. And that was basically ignored. The less interesting thing, but the thing that was still kind of interesting, but that everyone glommed onto, was the fact that,
Oh my glob.
Glommed.
made me laugh before.
And it's the fact that they landed the probe and took some photos and basically, oh damn, this shit's lumpy.
This shit's glompy.
Which was interesting because, like, the thing of genuine, like, actually no, it's all of scientific importance, but the thing of like actual kind of importance to us as beings, living things, was that the amino acids were they're extant out in space, outside of kind of
and it was very much glossed over.
Yeah, I was just like, oh yeah, they found kind of the building blocks in life, but we still don't really know how the building blocks kind of kickstart from the building blocks into the actual life. But I was like, but my God, the geography! Ooh!
How is the whiskey?
Well, it's all over the table at the moment because I just tried to pour Taran one at arm's length and spilt it a bit.
I would describe it as eminently drinkable.
It's definitely liquid.
I think. Well, okay. So, is it actually bad, or is it just? Is it because it's a supermarket own brand?
No,
it's
fine. Not bad.
It should be mixed.
No,
I guess.
it's not bad. I mean, I'm not the biggest whiskey fan out of anyone here in this group, but I do occasionally sip from it.
It's not the best whiskey we've ever drunk, but we've drunk some fucking good whiskies on this show. So
allow me to do a hard gear change without hitting the clutch, and I will take myself into wanker mode. It's got quite a nice chocolatey nose.
I'm surprised you can smell anything from that because I've filled up your bell glass way too far.
Well filled up.
And that will do for the rest of the show.
And he's not even going to touch my clutch.
Touch your clutch. I thought your husband got enough of that on your anniversary night.
Way!
Bintang.
Dear, put it in neutral.
I was what? The second.
Run.
That ass up.
The second he said the name Bintang, I immediately there's a joke in there somewhere. I'm glad you pulled it out of the bag. Cool. So shall we have something from
Community Pol Pot?
Community Pol Pot.
Pol Pot? What you got for us?
We've got a Rikard on the line.
Hello, Rikard.
Hello, Rikard. You're through.
How can I
Hello,
be of
Rikard. Properly
service?
speaking.
Yeah, you're through to the pod topic help desk. Tom's here to help.
We need a help desk.
Actually,
we
quite.
really fucking do.
Can I have
Rikard,
it
do
speed
you love
dial?
us enough to actually be our help desk?
Yeah.
Can we call you when we need
Hang on a
help?
second. Whose mobile are we calling from? Because that's going to be international as fuck.
Skype, mate.
Oh, Skype. Oh, shit, we should Skype Diola.
Nah, fuck him. It's only his birthday.
Birthday.
Yeah.
We need to figure out how to actually put that into the computer.
Oh, no. I got a good one for Diola's birthday. Sorry, Rikard. We'll get to you in a minute. Please hold. So, me and Diola have kind of a tradition where if we're looking at the clock and it goes to 23 minutes to 2, we text each other.
Nice.
Because it's 1337.
I like that because me and Diola were in the 23rd club because there was actually quite a few of our year that were born on the 23rd of the month.
Day of the month, yeah. But it got to the point today where I was like, oh, it's like 2 o'clock and I've missed Diola's. Oh, wait, it's Diola's birthday. It's 1337 all day long. So I texted him back, I love you, basically. I went, it's 1337 any time of the day today because it's your birthday. Plus, I forgot to actually look at the clock at 1337. So, yes. Okay, Rikard. Yes, nice to speak to you. Here we are. We're getting around.
Oh, by the way, if you're on Twitter, come find me at the Taz That Am. Thank you very much.
Stop plugging your shit.
Are you sponsoring this podcast?
Give me 10 quid now.
Also, like, as I'm there and doing stuff on it, I may take control of the pot topic. Twitter.
You never know.
Do
we
it.
Could,
Do you know what I'm going to do?
it.
I'm going to retweet myself. Boom, motherfuckers!
what you could
Sorry,
do-
what I'm hearing here is hostile takeover.
Mutiny.
It ain't hostile, mate.
Mutiny.
If someone does something else for this podcast, that'd be awesome.
What you could do, we could call all of our 2 fans and just tell them...
2 fans. I'll have you know, we hit 80 likes on the Facebook page today. 80. Count them, motherfuckers. 1, 2, 3.
What you could do is when we're going to sit down to record a podcast, you could be on the Twitter feed and tell people, oh, this is a live feed.
I've already thought this. Let's periscope this shit.
I knew it.
Anyway,
Right,
sorry,
anyway.
we've got Rikard on the line. This is an international
Oh,
call.
just-
It's costing him a
Sorry,
fortune.
one-
Beep, beep.
I think he's got us.
Oh, shit. So Rikard says, "The void!" 3 exclamation marks. It's that feeling you get when a series, book, or movie is over.
Oh, I fucking hate that.
That emptiness.
It very much depends on the series or the book or whatever.
But we all know exactly what he's talking about, which
yeah.
it just explains that is true.
The void.
void
It
exists.
is the void. I'm a serial series watcher.
Oh, well done. I was saying it before you in my head because I knew you were going to say it, and I lost it in my own head.
And
like for a while.
Let's all congratulate Kel on stringing 7 syllables together.
But she was passionate about the subject. You would think she would.
She didn't even write it down.
Yeah, and I really, really suffer when I finish a TV series because I've just been watching that and nothing else for usually about 7 series. Sad times.
The only times it happens to me is when I finish a series of Metal Gear Scallion.
Scanlan.
Beating you,
on
Tom.
Giant
well,
Bomb.
beating you right now.
But a new series has just started, so go check out Giant Bomb.
Oh, that's a
And-
new series just started?
Yeah, they just did the first episode of Metal Gear Solid 5 Phantom Pain.
Oh, fuck yes! Goodbye, free time.
It's a 100-hour long game.
Yeah.
And they're going to be doing it in 2-hour chunks for the rest
I
of their
love Metal
lives.
Gear Solid.
It's awesome. But the only other time is every time I finish watching Spaced.
Oh, there's only 2 series.
Exactly. It happens within a day.
But
It's
we can-
horrible.
Tom, we can quote the whole thing anyway. We might as well just recreate it. Hey!
See?
That's the good shit. It's too orangey for crows. Spaced.
I've got fucking chopsticks in my
sorry.
pocket.
We just quoted not the show, the
The
cutscene outtakes.
I think with this question, it is very different when you've got a series or a book. Because in the book, isn't it horrible when you realise you've got the really thin part left? So you've already had the days worth of, I'm getting closer. So at least you've got a little bit of a build up. Sometimes series just get cancelled and you're like, oh, and you're dropped without the rest of the story. At least with the book, you're...
That's what I kind of like with Firefly, because the time where I actually found out what Firefly was, I watched the entire series, and the next month Serenity was coming out in cinemas.
Oh,
So it was just
yeah,
like, I have
that's
a
good
month to
timing.
wait until we have more.
Yeah, I'm similarly, but
Let down a bit.
Yeah, when I watched Firefly, I also ordered Serenity at the same time, and so I just sort of followed one with the other, and that was fine. I got a feeling if I had just seen Serenity and there was nothing else, Firefly, and there was nothing else, I would have full knowledge of the void. But it's not something I really suffer from that much.
No, I think they're my
because usually, if I'm done with something, I'll then move on to something. I'll just go, oh fuck me, wasn't that brilliant? Or
Do you
whatever.
not
I'll
miss
never
the
watch that again.
characters? Do you not go, oh, do you know what I would be doing at this kind of hour? I would be reading that book or I would be watching that series, but those characters, they finished their story now, but I want to be back in their world with them. Do you not miss them like they're friends?
I don't miss them. I look forward to going back there again, but I've usually moved on to something else so quickly. Like at the end of a good book, I'm not. It's not a void. It's well, let's sit down and have a quick think about that because that was really quite good.
Yeah.
And then to be honest, with most of the TV series I've watched, I've got to a point where most of them will end. And I'll be sitting there sweating, shivering, just going, oh, that was fucking amazing. And just feel, absolutely blown away in one fashion or another. I don't feel empty. I am definitely looking forward to the next thing. But if at any point it's like, I want to find out what Daz Eddie's up to now, blah, blah, blah. Oh, new book. Fine.
Yeah. See, I can relate to what Taz just said, that usually there aren't many shows or series that I watch routinely or in a sort of pattern every day or every week. But if there is something I watch, I usually have to wait a week for it to come out anyway, because it tends to be like anime shows or something. But The Void, I can experience with something that other people have pissed and moaned about, which is Dexter. The TV series of Dexter.
I really
Have you
like
watched it?
Dexter.
See, yeah, I had the void with
Really
at
like
the end
Dexter.
of certain episodes as it got later into one of their series. It was always like finding that new bad guy to hunt and then getting to the kill. But then those final few episodes at almost every series, it would finish the like 9th out of 10 episodes on a series. And if I didn't have the next DVD box set to put on afterwards and I had to buy it, I was there planning, right, well, okay, when can I go out to the shop? When am I not working? Have I got money? I can transfer out my savings account. It's cool. I'll go get the DVD, come back, put it in, and then I can, I plan it out. But then at the ending, because it was just not what people really wanted from Dexter, I was just left there going, well, no. Like, can we not go back and change this? Like, what the fuck?
So the TV series that really, really did it for me was the 4400.
Yes.
I didn't heard of that.
Really?
I got so into
did.
the 4400.
You really did.
I really got into it. And end of season 4, I think, builds everything up into this massive, massive thing. And there's this amazing thing that happens and this other amazing thing that happens. And it's ready to go off in lots of different storylines with this fantastic, amazing thing right here. And it got dropped.
Yeah.
There's, like, at least with Fringe, they gave them one final series to just wrap everything up.
Yeah.
4400 just builds everything up to the end of season 4 and then just got cut. And I so want Netflix to, like, take that on and continue with that.
Could you imagine if that happened to Lost, which it should have?
Yes,
I don't think I've ever seen an episode of Lost.
No.
Yeah, no, the first season just ended there.
No,
and
I
it'd
watched
be an interesting show as
I
it is. It's
watched it,
boring
like-
and dull and drab.
Mate, by the end of the first season of Lost, I was like, oh, I mean, that was cool, but
I liked
it took about 75% too long to get where it went.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck
yeah,
yeah.
but that's the thing. That's what I'm talking about. At least they were. It was almost unapologetically going, oh, keep us, because we're building up a story. Whereas their story didn't go anywhere. Where it sounds like the 4400 was it was called 4300.
4400, yeah.
They were building up, and they couldn't go anywhere.
They had an idea.
It's a cool premise.
I love it so
Did you? Yeah.
Have we actually
you guys
explained
know
that?
the
Did you
premuss?
say what it was
Never
about?
heard of it.
I didn't say what it was
Right,
about.
okay, let's actually say it to the listeners who haven't heard of this show as well.
The premise is essentially just that, like, it's modern day at the start, and 4,400 people just turn up in a field somewhere out. I can't remember where. Like, it's somewhere close to.
Doesn't
DC.
matter. They turn up somewhere.
They just turn up, all a group, all 4,400 of them come walking out of a smoking light, and they're all people who've been abducted and listed missing.
Over the past couple of 100 years.
Yeah. Some of them
they all just appear in a field, and it's the kind of exploration
haven't
around where
aged.
they've come from, and you know,
Ooh,
all of
like
that.
a little microcosm.
And then there becomes this whole kind of divide between the 4400s and those that aren't 4400s, because the 4400s have abilities.
Yeah.
So they've come back with like superpowers, basically.
It sounds really interesting. Don't tell me this because now I want to watch it. And now I'm
Watch
going to be
it.
so.
No, it's worth watching anyway.
Give it a watch.
Unsatisfied.
It does feel very soap TV.
Oh yeah.
It reminds
is
me of
mind
something
right.
that I've
It's
seen
like
before,
it's
yeah.
like Smallville, where they've taken an interesting premise and just made it a soap opera.
No, do you know what? It has sort of
No,
odd
it's not.
sections of. No, Tom. In all fairness, having watched it, I think I would say it has more
That's my impression.
resemblance
That's what I'm saying.
in the same soap aspect as Heroes did, but Heroes still kept.
Oh no,
you
that's
hooked.
totally. No, that's
So,
why I hate
so
Heroes.
for me, 4,400 was still popular because of the way it was shot. It wasn't.
It wasn't popular.
Well-
it really wasn't popular.
No,
Was it not?
no, that's why it got dropped.
How
No.
funny.
I like when that first season came out.
But there is
people wouldn't
a-
shut up about
There
it.
is a huge fan base.
That's those
but-
people who will watch anything they advertise on Sky One.
Fair enough.
You know, I feel quite bad when there is a series that I really like and I'm watching it
Oh, sorry.
on.
I just want to say defiance to that last statement.
Are you up to date, sir?
No, I'm not.
Are you up to? You're not up to
The
date.
first series was shit. I'm very sorry, Beth. I really cut you off there.
Okay. Hang on. Sorry, I've got to put a quick shout out for Defiance. It's a really interesting program because.
Rap?
Yeah, I'll give it a brap. Like the first 2 seasons,
You retract that brat.
the premise of the show is
Your mother's a brat.
The premise of the show is that it was gonna exist in coordination with an online,
MMO, because that's gonna work.
Now, the first 2 seasons are kind of in service of that theory. The first one's difficult. It's got its moments, but it's difficult because everyone's still kind of getting used to the characters and they're still kind of sticking rigidly. They're setting up basically the second season. The second season gets a bit better. It's definitely a lot bigger. The third season, however, they've clearly just dropped the whole premise of like really caring about what the MMO is doing and just fucking go for it. And it's been a long time since I've seen a season of a show that has that many fucking I stood up and applauded one moment. I was in the room by myself, did not care. What happened was so fantastic. I was applauding before it happened because he's like, hang on, what are you doing? And oh, you're not. You are. Oh my god. I love you, Detector! It was incredible and well worth checking out.
I know you'll feel me. Hold my hand right now.
I heard that slap.
Metal Gear, mate. Back to the skeleton.
Do you know what though?
That dude, every time he kills a boss, I will stand up and applaud.
Oh, really? No, fair dues.
Do you know what, Taz?
What?
Your mother's such brat in hell.
Oh,
Anyway.
thank you very much, Beth.
Beth, I need to apologise, sorry.
No.
Move on to it.
The only thing I was going to say, which I think...
Your unencumbered mother.
oh, that's a good one! Lol. No, I think a lot of people can relate, I assume. I feel quite bad. I don't really understand how TV ratings and if it's still the same as it was back before Demand TV came out. Because
I don't know either.
I have no idea, but I watch a lot of series. I wait purposefully, like Game of Thrones, I wait purposefully until I can watch a whole series in one because otherwise I will be destroyed.
Yeah,
waiting, as Daz was saying, waiting for a whole week.
I couldn't do that.
I couldn't do that. Me, Jake, Jason and Hal, and we also used to live together. It was like, we finished one, it'll be 1 o'clock in the morning, we'd be like, we need to watch another one. You can't sit there and wait. So like Ripper Street, I was really sad after 2 series. Ripper Street's amazing. It's really
I only
good.
saw a couple of episodes, but those that I saw were pretty damn good.
Well, they cancelled it after 2 seasons. It has come back for a 3rd season now, which isn't written as well. But at least it's back. At least I can get a shoddy version of it. Not shoddy, but as in like not as up to par version of it as before. But we watched those 2 seasons back, and now I feel bad because it was cancelled. I was like, oh, was I a part of that because I wasn't watching on TV because I don't have a TV? I'm like,
no, that's a good point. Whether those numbers register or not.
Yeah. So that was the void when it was cancelled, but now it's all back on TV and it's not as good.
I think
it just shows the way media's going now.
Yeah.
I think my void goes so much further though because I actively don't watch.
Are we seriously done with phrasing?
Innuendo.
Because I actively don't watch series for fear of the void afterwards.
Right.
Yeah.
So I've never, like, hands in the air, never seen Game of Thrones.
Dude, you'd love it so
I
hard.
know I would. That's why I don't want to watch it. And I've had so many recommendations of things that I have to watch because I'll love them. Yeah. But I don't want to because at some point they'll have to end.
You'll have to buy the box set at some point when it is all finished and then you can watch it all.
But that's the beauty of Netflix, isn't it? Because you can wait until there's 8 seasons there and you're like, this is me for the next month.
Binge on it.
I do.
Do you know what? I have once experienced The Void.
Go on.
It was after I read the second Dirt Gently Holistic Detective
Oh,
Agency
fucking
book.
hell, I've read those books.
And, like, I finished the second one, and immediately it's like, no, I want more of this. Where's it gone? I want more. This is fantastic. And to be fair...
Douglas Adams, amazing author.
Yeah, like, to be fair, he had the perfect excuse. He had died. But it didn't stop me wanting more.
Also, Taran, I'm going to make you a copy of these. Bleep that out, Tom, in the future for piracy issues. I read those books a few years ago, but the audio books are done by Harry Enfield.
Oh, really?
He does an amazing
Harry Hill.
Tom, have you seen the BBC series?
No.
There is a 3-part series. Dirt Gently is played by Stephen Mangan.
Oh, that's a good fit. No. That is amazing.
Fucking incredible.
That is amazing.
And I'm waiting for more of that because that's just wonderful.
We didn't explain who he was, but basically this character is a holistic detective. So he believes all events ever are connected.
And so one of my favourite things about him is he does holistic pursuit, or I can't remember what he calls it specifically, but the idea is, well, okay, so I'm kind of at a loose end here. So what I'll do is I'll go out driving and I'll follow someone who looks like they know where they're going, and then I'll arrive where I need to go.
That was his form of GPS.
Wow.
Yeah, so it's basically that idea of coincidence is actually a science, and if you know enough about coincidence, you can follow the numbers and get to the conclusion. Okay. So it's fucking hilarious.
And
the Sophie from Peep Show.
Oh yeah.
Is the receptionist, Dirk Gently's secretary. Cool. It's fucking amazing.
Is that also the ladies in Green Wing?
Yes.
Oh, she's very such a good actress. We need to remember her name. Anyway.
One last thing. This isn't quite the Voids. I think the Void had to move over to make space for just blind fury. But it's the first time I've experienced it with a book. And this was
Tamsin Greig.
No, not Tamsin Greig.
Which one then?
Carry on.
It came into my head so sauce.
It's not. It's the girl who plays Sophie in Peep Show.
Tamsin Greig isn't in Peep Show. I can't. Oh, the lady who's.
I
the
know
mum
exactly
in
who
the,
you're talking about.
Okay. So I recently finished the Blood of Elves by Andrzej Sapkowski, which is the second book
in the Witcher series.
In the Witcher series, and this is the first time I've ever read a book where the book in its entirety is simply a setup for the next book.
Yeah.
Nothing happened in it. Like, there were some cool things said about it, but by the time I got to the end of it, it was not void, it was pure fury.
Empty. And it was just like, because you hadn't had it filled in the first place.
Yeah, it's like, this is not a story, it's not non-fiction, this is nothing.
All right.
Why did you put this with the other book, motherfucker?
As someone who's actually now interested in reading the Witcher series, because you've just told me they're short books, is it worth reading the Witcher series?
Definitely the first book. I'll get back to you once I read the third.
Okay.
To see if the third makes up for the second.
Once you finish the third book, can you come back to me? Because I want to read those books.
Definitely read the first book. The first book in the Witcher series by, again, Andrzej Sapkowski. That's a Polish spelling, so good luck finding. But the first book is called The Last Wish, and it's basically a collection of short stories about the Witcher.
I can do that.
That's absolutely well worth everybody's time.
Perfect.
Without doubt. Hello, you. Is the best thing you ever read the Da Vinci Code? Don't care. You could well read this. Go for it.
Perfect. All right. I'll give that a go.
Hungry caterpillar.
You got it upstairs. You got it upstairs.
I do. Yeah, you can borrow
I'm
it.
stealing it tonight.
Sweet. Is it time for a new topic?
Yes.
Wicked.
Good.
So this
I saw my name on it. What the fuck's this?
This one hasn't got a name to it, but I'm presuming Tom put it in.
Sorry, is it host pot or?
Yes.
The hot.
Yeah, hot pot.
And the topic is, isn't Tom's beard fucking marvellous?
I did not put that in. I well didn't put that in. That's not my handwriting, mate. That's my handwriting. That's nowhere near.
Whose handwriting?
To be fair, it does frame your face.
I love you, sis.
I agree with myself. Yay, good job, me.
I did have to trim my moustache today.
Yeah,
it was getting in my lips, just like my clunge.
Hate it when that happens.
Your other lips.
My primary lips.
Your nether lips.
My secondary lips were a bit overgrown, yes.
Like, in regards to your beard, Tom, you'd clearly make a good architect. Because you clearly understand your angles.
Yeah.
Oh.
Who's here?
Hello, Andy. He's got a plate of scrambled eggs.
What is that?
Well, this is coming from the man who smuggled...
Scrambled eggs on rice cakes. That's an interesting match.
Sorry, but guys, this is the man who smuggled out a hard-boiled egg in his jacket pocket when we were at Amsterdam to eat outside the train station.
Although, let's get back to the topic. My beard shadows in comparison to that beard on that man right there.
Yeah.
I do well at beard.
I do beard well.
It's quite nice.
Somebody pulled an exceptionally long hair out of my forehead today.
somebody.
Just like a random person.
Do you know
in the
who this
street.
person was?
Yeah. I work with them. I was having a conversation. They just went, "Oh, hang on, wait. Have you got no? No. Do you? No. Wait. I think there's a. Is there a hair growing up my forehead? Yes, there is. Pluck. And it's grey too. It happens
That
about.
could have been a neuron.
It happens about. Oh shit!
That's like a fully frontal lobotomy.
Wait, hang on. What have I forgotten? What have I forgotten?
You'll never remember.
No. I think I'm good.
You don't
Wait,
like
who the
whiskey.
fuck's Pythagoras?
That would be an interesting turn to that song. Pythagoras, who the fuck's Pythagoras? Sorry, I've got to say, you can't bring that shit up now. It's too late. That's supposed to be news at the beginning of the show, the biggest things that happen in your week.
No. He joined Twitter. That is way bigger than hair.
Oh, true.
That's bigger than everything.
Not in my world.
Yep, you
Follicle
just sold
fancy.
another part of your soul to the
Just
interwebs.
you wait.
Go on, twat all over that place.
So yeah,
wait
I
for
think
you, ass twat.
I think the upshot of this is that Tom
We've got
does
some good
have a
facial
rather
hair in this whole
marvellous
group.
beard.
It does frame your face nicely, I've got to say. Taz is right. You know your angles.
I dread to think what's going to happen when I shave it off. I'm worried this skin's turned like green
When?
or something.
Okay, your girlfriend looked excited by the shaving.
No, every day.
It's all right. You don't need her.
Every
Don't listen to her.
day she will ask me, when are you shaving off the beard?
No, Rita, it looks so good.
You
okay,
should grow one in spite of
you
him.
Grow one.
We have an audience tonight, my girlfriend.
And Andy, jeez, he's right there.
He's
busy with eggs.
Pretty.
So,
That's an interesting euphemism for sex.
I'm sorry,
he's busy
Andy.
with his eggs.
Andy, did you want to sit down in your own house? Sorry, we've used all the chairs.
We were only talking a little while ago about how seating can make your dining experience that much more important.
How good are your eggs based on your seating experience tonight?
By a round of applause.
How do you feel?
Put down the plate before you applaud.
Cool. I think this might take the record for quickest topic ever.
No.
No.
That was last
South
episode.
Last
No.
episode.
So far, this has been quicker.
No.
No, it hasn't. South
Are we still talking about it?
Yeah.
Let's talk, okay, fine. Let's talk about beards. Tom's
I'm
beard some
currently
more.
caressing my beard without even noticing. So.
No,
It
you
looks
guys-
a faintly Rolf Harrisy.
Ain't nothing wrong with that if you get caught. Unless you get caught.
I like
Right,
art.
yeah, yeah.
I like art. I like art and I like art. I like art and I like art. I like art and children.
You tell what it is yet?
Yes, it's a 2-year-old. Right, anyway.
Eddie, I believe you got something from the Hotspots.
Captain Sickbeard. 10 minutes
Right, Dom.
of whimsy.
Hello, Dom.
10 minutes of whimsy.
Oh, shit.
Oh no, Hal's not here.
Start the timer. We're at 1928, so we've got until 29.
Oh, this reminds me of the Falklands.
Let's go.
Have you ever seen a picture of a badger being buggered by a raccoon?
Badger bugger. Is
I
that not a
have.
club in
I
Essex?
was having tea with the Queen of Windsor.
How is she?
Drab.
Really? Did you find
Mediocre.
And
Did you
somewhat
find
damp.
Did you find the breadsticks somewhat lackluster?
I did, however, they weren't as bad as the knobsticks.
I can appreciate the difference, but I mean, it's the cheesy filling that makes a difference.
I can't do this.
No?
No.
10 minute of whimsy.
Basically, for me, this is
hate
this is
whimsy
10 minutes of
sometimes.
tangents. I'm totally cool with this.
I tell you what, I can do a vaguely whimsified account of something that happened to me yesterday.
Go for
Okay.
it.
I'm just because I spent like a whole 15 minutes writing it out earlier. I can read it straight off my Facebook.
There's nothing more whimsical than scripted whimsy.
Absolutely. But allow me, if you will.
Is there scripted spontaneity in this?
I should like you all to picture a scene for a moment.
Brothel.
France!
It's yesterday, about 6:10 p.m. Fairly grim of weather. I've just ascended some steps and turned into one of the pedestrian subways at Elephant and Castle. In glaring defiance of the world above, the walls depict a lush oasis in a vibrant, rolling savannah. A lion, lapping at these placid, painted waters, seems to stare out warily at the scene presented to me. Besides myself, there are 5 others. First is a pair of Jehovah's Witnesses
Hello.
facing me as they man their jw.org stand. They are paying no mind to me as I approach. They appear, in fact, to be paying no mind to anything. Their gazes fixed on an indeterminate point beyond the subterranean wall behind me.
What's that?
This changes not... Alright, fine, I'm done. Dude, you missed the whole bit. There was I had an imaginary conversation with a lion and everything, but...
Dude,
fuck you.
No. I wasn't interrupting, I was doing the characters.
Dude,
acting.
do you not understand?
I got distracted!
I was scoring it.
You were
Do you not
scoring
take
it?
that by
He was doing the music, I was doing the characters.
That's where all the violins came from.
Yes.
Shit.
I am John Williams.
I was wondering where they were hiding. Like, very well done, you.
Guys, we still got like 7 minutes.
Alright, I shall continue.
And, wait. Cue music.
Beside myself, there are 5 others. First is a pair of Jehovah's Witnesses facing me as they man their JW.org stand.
Hello there.
They are paying no mind to me as I approach. They appear, in fact, to be paying no mind to anything. Their gaze is fixed on an indeterminate point beyond the subterranean wall behind me. This changes not one jot as I come closer. Their sole concern seems to be that they are facing this direction and not any other. Certainly not, under any circumstances, are they facing, say, the opposite direction.
Don't turn around.
Immediately behind them stands another pair of witnesses manning another stand. This one angled to engage foot traffic coming the other way.
Our stand's better than yours.
They are looking harassed.
Oh!
With them is a third, a member of the public.
Alright.
Where's the rest of my body?
He is of modest stature and appearance, but also fervent of speech and soul.
I'm not too tall.
Of the 5 of them, he is the only one brandishing a Bible. It is not even remotely pocket-sized.
It's my front pocket.
As this man speaks in his machine gun, as this man speaks in his machine gun fashion, the Bible sweeps through the air like a leather-bound Azrael, readying his fall on Sodom. The pair have their politest smile.
Elephant and castle.
The pair have their politest smile welded into place, but the facade cannot hide what the eyes and postures so desperately communicate. There is no telling how long this has been going on.
Help us.
As I come into earshot, the Bible stills. Here. Let us read from here, suggests the speaker. One of the witnesses, a young lad, tall, gaunt, and terrified, looks up at me imploringly. It is too late for him, though. The book is opened, and a finger is placed. Azrael descends.
Your finger.
Not Lot's wife am I. I look the other way. I smile, and I keep on walking. The laughing lion now catches my eye again as I pass. He looks not so much worried as disapproving now. Were he not an illustration, or, for that matter, a lion, I might have explained to him, I am not a man who cares to see people suffer, nor do I tax myself with the holding of grudges. Of ironic justice, however, you may count me a well-considered fan. So let's you and me count. So let's you and me, man to not illustrated lion, agree on this. Let's call it even for my being sanctimoniously summoned from the bath all those years ago, and move on as equals once more. With that, the world was righted. But for one thing. If you are the sort of person to routinely carry around a Bible the size of a ham, why would you not also carry a bag big enough to hold it?
How long was that?
End story.
We've still got 4 minutes left. Keep going.
That was.
Oh dear Lord.
I've got a problem with that song.
No, okay, so I'd like to talk a bit more about Jehovah's Witnesses for a second.
God.
So,
Yeah, that's exactly what whimsy is, apparently.
so I take it you guys, like, living in London, I assume you all have experienced this too. There are now outside stations kind of dotted around London, the Jehovah's Witnesses,
Yes,
with their stands.
they duped me because I'm quite interested in the treatment of mental illnesses, and they've got that big placard.
Not
that
whimsy, do they treat them on a bouncy castle?
See,
Excuse me. I hate to interject here, but they do good medical work.
They do,
Yes,
especially when they're
'cause-
going up and down.
No, they tell you to fuck a frog.
Oh, that's always the cure.
See, the thing...
You fuck it, you suck it, you lick it, and it's all good.
The thing that's
Don't
always
fuck the baby.
struck me
Just fuck the
about these witnesses standing around their stands is, have you guys ever seen the episode of Buffy called Hush?
What is Buffy?
Silence.
Yeah.
Silence, yes, that's the one. You know, the ones with, like, the unblinking eyes and just they look like, well, not all of them, but there's about a quarter of them that have that same countenance of just looking like absolute terror silence
In
beasts.
proper suits, like businessman suits, yes. Not whimsy.
This is serious. not
Which
really.
I feel is only backed up by the fact that when someone actually talked to them, the first time I've ever seen someone talk to them, they looked scared. They looked in threat of their lives.
Which is
Have
basically
you-
what happens when anyone comes up to me with this bullshit whimsy.
Have you ever taken a truly satisfying fart and not worried that you followed through?
How many times
Every
have you followed
time.
through?
It's a constant risk I run.
Do you know what? I'm always concerned that I haven't followed through because, like, if I haven't followed through, I haven't put, like,
Hadn't hit the bullseye.
I've not hit the bullseye. I've not
Are we
fulfilled.
seriously
I've
done
not
with phrasing?
I've not fulfilled my role as a human being to shit my pants at every role because that's all life is, isn't it? It's you're born, you shit your pants, you're onto a good thing, you spend the rest of your life not shitting your pants until you get old, whereby you can once again shit
your
thine own pants.
And then leave this.
And you can do it with impunity, and people will applaud you for it. You will shit yourselves in Primark, and they will clap and they say, "Bravo, sir! That's a sign of a life well lived."
2 minutes.
Well, sorry, what was her name? That athlete didn't she?
Knocked me off.
Sorry.
Wasn't that athlete, the runner?
Into the mic, whimsy.
She shat herself into the.
Oh no! Are you talking
Redgrave? Is it?
Redgrave? No, she didn't shit herself.
Radcliffe?
No, she had a shit.
Radcliffe.
Daniel Radcliffe.
She
by the
had
way,
a
just to
shit
be sure.
mid-
He went for a jog and shat himself.
No, she didn't shit herself.
Daniel Radcliffe passed his driving test around the corner from where I used to live.
He shit himself.
Paula Radcliffe stopped to have a shit as an offering to the gods. Like, it wasn't featured in the news, but like one of her assistants ran onto the track afterwards and set fire to it. So just to make sure he got up to heaven.
Oh, kind of like
so they
the
could visit their
feature
blessings
style.
upon her.
Yeah.
Dear Lord Imonutep, can you make sure that I win this race? By the way, here's my number 2.
Yeah, but the thing is, Imhotep, despite his name, is massively German.
And if you
and
think-
he's all about the scat. And he's one of the people that go to scat parties and doesn't wear shoes.
I'm a scat man.
And if you think,
Dirty bugger.
Oh,
Which
he's
is
that
the room
indeed.
next. That's the name of the room next door, by the way. That's the Dirty Buggers right there.
I think the incantation is, here's my number 2 to give me number 1.
Hey!
And as in Uffish thought he stood, the Jabberwock, his eyes aflame, came whiffling through the tuggly wood and burbled as it came. 1, 2, 1, 2, and through the Vorpal blade went snicker-snack. He left it dead with his head, and he went galumpeling back.
Oh, that's brilliant. Can you keep it going on for another 18 seconds?
I've got a good thing. I've got a really good thing. You know Snosberries in Charlie and the Chocolate Factory? The
Yes, they're
wallpaper?
cocks.
Yeah. Fuck. I'm really happy about that.
So
Whimsy killer.
Roald Dahl wrote both children's books and adult
Yeah.
books, and in the adult books, the Snosberries were actually referenced to phalluses.
I was banging 7 gram rocks. That's how I roll.
Winning.
All right. Oh, fuck. How is that? Is that your timer done noise?
Cool, lovely. So that was 10 minutes of forced whimsy,
And-
which
and-
is so much more difficult than you can imagine.
Really hard.
As if by magic, Hal just texted me to ask how it was going. So he was not here for the 10 minutes of whimsy, which is really sad. However, I do know that it was Captain Sickbeard that sent that, wasn't it?
Yes, thank you, Dom. That was
So
brilliant. That was actually
he did
quite
send that twice because he misspelt it once. So it's all right. We've got another one.
Oh, no.
I'm so glad. Like I had a fallback plan of a character called Axel the Anxious Axolotl.
Should have gone
Who
with that.
speaks with a pan-European accent, but we'll save that for another day.
Speaking of which, Rita, you're right.
I want an axolotl.
I want an axolotl.
We should get an axolotl.
Let's not get another pet together.
I don't think you should get an axolotl purely for the fact that this house has so many axes in it already, like mortality rate and whatnot. I'm sure the axolotl would die.
1, 2, 3, what a wonderful pun! Good one, Darren! Yeah! Good pun, Darren! Yeah! Axolotl! That's good! Yeah, Darren!
Guys, the whimsy 10 minutes is over. Can we move on to the next topic then?
Oh no, he just likes pushing my buttons, except he knows more people will hear it now.
Alright, so...
Not really.
I've got one from the...
you pulled something from the Candy Floss Rhinoceros.
As host of the podcast, I deem whimsy over.
Fuck you!
Right, okay, first of all, Kel...
What?
Love you, hon.
Hi.
Love you.
Why?
So this one's from Kel.
Uh-oh.
Is that... No, is that Ed? Sorry. Is that a K or an E-D? At the bottom.
I don't even remember.
Is the topic English?
That's KX for kiss.
Oh, this is boring. Let's go back to whimsy. Could you imagine having an octopus hand?
Read that.
Octopus hand.
Taran, the beginning of this topic.
Alright, fine, a decapus.
2
10
words.
arms.
Fuck Taran. What's everyone else's worst injury?
Oh, who's that from?
Okay.
It says love, and I thought it said Kel. But it looks like a possible E and a weird D.
No,
or two
it's
kisses.
KX. It's
KX.
K-Kiss.
Okay, from you. Yeah.
Fuck Taran. What's everyone else's worst injury?
Can I ask, is that your mat name?
Huh?
K-Kiss.
K-Kiss.
Yeah.
Oh, boop, 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 boop.
K-Kiss.
And also Brap.
Yes, absolutely, K-Kiss. Big up on whatnot.
Right, so I'm going to start and simply say that possibly... I'd say one of my worst injuries was probably when I went to a park with a group of my old school friends, and we were just having a kick about with the football, and one of them kicked it over into a nearby basketball court that had a huge fence all the way around it, encompassing it. The only way you could get in was by one gate that was on the far side of the court.
Sorry, listeners.
Sorry, that was Tom.
Let me pull that pop shield out of the mic.
Get on with it. Yes, get on with it.
Get on with it!
How long have you held that back?
I climbed the fence, I tried to jump off, the fence wobbled, I fell down with my entire body weight, and my hand got caught on the top part of the fence and dug a massive chunk out of it. Then, to top that off, we used to call the basketball court Crystal Nucked because chavs would go in there and just drink and then throw the ball. Yeah. There was just like glass everywhere. Crystal Nucked, is it?
Oh, okay.
The German Night of the Glass?
No, but I heard crystal and went for meth.
Says a lot about you. And
right,
then,
listeners.
basically just by the time I fell down after lifting my hand off of the fence, found out that I'd landed on the glass with my hand to top it off. And then next thing you know, I could see the 2 middle bones from my fingers in my hand. And because there was adrenaline and whatnot, I just remember the first thing I did after that was seeing how white my bones are, like actually seeing them, and then put my hand to the fence and went, hey guys, look at this. Moved my fingers and blood just instantly came out like a tap. None of them threw up, to be fair. Like, well done, kudos. But yeah, like gouged a massive chunk out of my hand. And I think I went back there like a month or 2 later, and there was actually like some rotting flesh that was still stuck at the top of the fence post.
Out of interest, would you consider this better or worse than the time you had a full 2 litre bottle thrown directly into your eye by someone with the propensity to punch directly through hippopotami?
Yeah, fuck. Okay, yeah, I forgot about that. So I did also used to hang around with 2 of the hardest guys at my old boys' school. And basically they were...
Claim to fame.
No, honestly. Anyway, point number. Being,
I'll scratch your eyes.
They were just ridiculously strong. I mean, I trained in martial arts with both of them, and I in a real fight, I would not last longer than a blink before they put me on the floor.
2, 3.
And one of them threw a 2-litre bottle of water at his brother, aggressively as well, not pissing about.
I was breathing in then.
I'm sorry.
Oh, they're gone.
And mince.
Couldn't catch me, dear, you military fairy.
2.
That's it, Tom. I'm taking up smoking.
Darren, I'm so sorry, but Monty Python's funnier than you, apparently.
No doubt about it, mate.
I'm really sorry. I completely threw the topic off. I shouldn't do that as the host. Right, go on.
No, he's pretty much at the end of the story. He had a 2-litre bottle of water thrown in his eye.
I can't believe there was a story there.
I wasn't listening to the story with you. Sorry.
Bastards.
Your eye looked jacked. To sum it up.
Wait,
if I was gonna say anything about the status of your eye at that time, is that it was full on fucked.
I distinctly remember you visiting me at the hospital, and your first words,
didn't I?
Your first words to me were like, your eye got fucked up then, didn't it?
I'm not good with first words.
No, you never were.
I remember.
You're good with the middle or end ones.
Hey! I have my moments.
What's your... Oh, no.
2, usually under a table at 6 a.m.
Yeah, no, this is not about me.
yeah.
I got hit by a car.
Ouch.
Snap.
Oh yeah, so did Darren. I've already told that story.
We've had that story on the show already. So
I
go
think
on,
I may have
Eddie. What's your story?
I drank a lot of tequila at Los Locos in Leicester Square.
Beautiful.
I know. That's the bar with the ladies in the bikinis with the tequila holsters. It seemed rude not to partake. So I think the Latin for it is wankered. And decided to go get the night bus home and went to Nelson's column, Mrs.
Are we seriously done with phrasing?
Yep. And then
What's Black and Slides Down Nelson's column?
Your mum?
Pigeon shit.
Winnie Mandela.
Oh.
That's a really bad joke. Really bad joke.
No, it's not. That's good. I like that one.
Free Nelson Mandela.
Anyway, ripping up the pavements. And
When did you say the 10 minutes was up?
Sorry, carry on.
Meh. Yeah, ripping up the pavements. Little boy race was doing laps and overjudged it.
At Leicester Square? How could he even get up any speed?
Nelson's column.
Oh. No, wait.
Leicester Square's pedestrianised.
No. I mean that kind of area.
Nelson's column, Trafalgar Square.
Trafalgar Square, yeah. It's close.
Thereabouts.
Yeah,
It's
it
about
is, but
10
But you
minute
can't
walk.
really
no, it's not
keep
even
up
that. It's like
speed.
30-second walk. It's like
You can't keep up speed
Well,
there. What a
he was-
twat that was.
Sorry, remember, this is London, where we have actually a surprising amount of supercars regularly passing through the middle of London.
Yeah.
Get
they're all
us.
twats.
Yes, but unfortunately, part of Trafalgar Square is pedestrianised, which is the bit outside the the National Gallery.
Anyway, Eddie got hit by a car.
Oh shit! Was he driving on the pedestrian bits?
Yes.
What?
Wow!
Was
What
he
a
actually?
scally!
Was he actually?
Yeah, he overtook the corner.
Are you
I
kidding?
wasn't in the road. I was walking on pavement.
Oh my god, what a twat!
Yes, more than somewhat. So he clipped me, and I went down like a sack of shit.
Oh
And
man.
then-
Spuds, man, spuds.
In my drunken state, decided it would be a good idea to stand straight up, walk over, and scream at him through his window.
Adrenaline.
Yeah. And tequila. Lots of tequila. I then finished screaming at him and went through a litany of his hereditary tree and just literally compared each bit to the residue on a porn theatre window.
It's basically a whimsy 10-minute.
Yeah. I went off on one. And then I decided to sit down, and that's when someone said, maybe we should call an ambulance. And it turns out that my tendon had disattached.
What, in your leg or something?
Detached.
In my...
Misattached. It's
Sorry.
fine. Fuck off.
and in my
removed
ankle.
itself.
And one of my bones was smashed to shit. So in the 2 leg bones, I was walking on one. And for some reason, they thought it was a bad idea. I stood up and walked over to the car.
My leg bone's connected to the nothing.
Windshield.
The windshield's connected to agony.
But yeah, so I now have a metal plate in my leg and 2 lovely scars.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
It's okay, dude. Chicks dig scars.
On my feet.
Yeah.
Let's do a test. Beth, do you want to see my feet?
Everyone else's feet's fine, just I'm not going to touch them or mine. Or Tom's.
Fair enough. Other people's shit injuries then. Other people, not me,
Worst
obviously.
injuries.
See, me and Tom have already answered this, I think.
Yeah, we already had this discussion before.
Oh.
When you became friends?
No.
Ongoing.
My decency took a hit that day.
It's not a friendship, it's a scar.
That sums us up perfectly.
Yeah, but it's stronger than
I was
flesh.
thinking about this the other day, actually. Our relationship is basically like...
Seeping wound
Imagine, no.
on your
Symbiotics...
body.
Symbiotic's not
Stop
quite...
hitting the mic.
Sorry. Symbiotic's not quite the right thing. What's it called when 2 parasites feed off each other?
Beauty.
It's our friendship,
Utter
darling.
beauty.
Ah.
That's what it is.
Metasymbiosis?
A Wimberwick.
Metasymbiosis, yeah.
Lovely, Taran.
Thank you.
So the only thing I can think of in this wheelhouse is... The only thing that's basically made me pass out. Because I've not had any major injuries. So I'm going to say my mother.
Your mother made you pass out.
Yeah, she has the ability to...
Oh, sweetie.
Here, watch this.
She can rugby tackle him.
I once
TKO
had
our
to
son.
go get tested to see if I was epileptic because my mum shouted at me so hard I passed out.
To be fair, it is just normal shouting. Tom just can't take confrontation.
It's what my mother calls the possum defence.
That's a good defence.
What it turns out was I was just suffering from low blood sugar, low blood pressure or whatever on the day, and it's just...
my mummy shouted at me.
Suddenly, the rush of someone shouting at me, there's adrenaline pumping through my system, because my mum's a teacher, I'm fucking scared. So, that's pumping through my system, no sugar, no anything, and my body's just gone, no, fuck off, collapse. And I had to get, electrodes on my head to make sure I wasn't epileptic and go get tested and all this kind of stuff. However, it did also happen when I was 3 when my dad gave me a smack across the back of the legs in the middle of Broadway shopping centre. And he instantly smacks me across the back of the legs to tell me off. I pass out in the middle of a busy shopping centre on a Saturday afternoon.
I've just got some image of the CCTV footage of that incident.
It's okay, it was the 80s, it was fine.
Your dad just turned around, looked directly at one of the cameras and went, and what?
It was, after all, acceptable in the 80s.
It was. And that's the only thing I can think of that's not been mentioned on the show already.
It's not a bad injury. It's not even like an injury almost. It's not my injury either. It's Darren's. I don't know if I told this story before, but
Did we not just say fuck Taran? What's everyone else's?
It's not mine.
It's not about Taran.
It's about when Daz got run over.
No, it's not about when Daz got run over. Did I tell the other one when we were skateboarding?
You told about the skateboarding and he got run over.
Ah, okay, cool. So yeah, it's not that one. We were skating down one of the hills that comes off my road.
I love the fucking idea of you two wankers on a skateboard.
I can't see it. I can't see it.
No, and there's a reason why not, and a reason why we don't do it anymore. But yeah, on this particular occasion, we would go down one of the hills, and I went first, and I made a nice clear run. And I went past a house, and there's a house where they've got a hedge of Leylandii to the side. So once you go past it, you can't really.
You are approaching 30, aren't you?
You can't really see much past it. So I shoot past, and then I'm kind of on a clear run. So I look back to check on Darren, and what I see is Darren for a little while, and then he's approaching a car that's just pulled up to the curb. And so I see him approaching, all of a sudden Darren's gone. He's been completely occluded by a car door. I see nothing for a second further. Two of the Leylandii shake, and then his skateboard skitters off into the road. And what had happened is Darren, in following me, had tried his hardest to avoid this car door and just smashed into the trees. And just it was perfect comedy timing.
Was that at the end of Widdicombe?
Yeah, the non-dunkery end.
Yeah.
Not that I mean anything to most people, unless you want to Google Mottingham.
Don't.
There's not a lot there. Even Eltham is exciting compared to Mottingham.
Oh, deep cut for the South East London Massive.
Well, to be fair, Eltham's
From
like
the
Croydon.
guy who lives in Croydon.
Yeah, exactly. Eltham's like Croydon on steroids.
I ain't fucking South East, I'm South now, bruv.
Like Eltham's a very similar sort of misery to Croydon, but
but it doesn't have a tram.
And Croydon doesn't have a castle.
No, that's true. Trades off.
That has reminded me of, this was my worst injury, but that going into a tree instead of doing anything else. It's reminded me of a time I used to spend every weekend around my best school friend Lexi's house every weekend.
Hello Lexi, love you.
And it was also her birthday recently. Boosh! So there's a massive tree outside of her house. She lived the parallel road from Orpington High Street, which is also quite a sad state of affairs. And there's a massive tree outside of her house, and I decided to walk through the tree because I wanted to feel what it was like. I came out the other side.
That sounds like Beth.
Lex was looking at me the other side going, what are you doing? And I had all these scratches up my face, but I was walking so slowly through it. And she was like, why did you do that? I was like, I want to see what it's like. That really hurt. She was like, yeah, I'm not surprised.
I was like, all right, the way you've just synonymed Orpington with unfortunate. Ah, that's fair.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
It's well unfortunate.
The worst injury I've ever had, which is very strange because I'm extremely clumsy. I've never broken a bone. I've never done anything like that.
Yeah, same.
Isn't that weird? Like, I should be due it. But the worst injury I've ever had, I don't know if I've spoken to it in the podcast or just because we're talking to friends. I might have just told friends this. But when I was in year 8 or 9, I tripped up onto the bus, and on the bus
shit, I remember this. You say you got your scar.
My one and only scar. Well, nah, I've got a little tiny one, but
how, you dirty bastard.
The bus's steps, at least when back in the early noughties, were metal edged.
They're the same, don't worry.
Are they still the same?
Well, yeah, the buses that are on the road then are still on the road.
No, they're not. We've got those weird
eco
ones.
Things.
Yeah. But there's still ridged stairs.
You can almost tell those from the others though, because they're on fire.
From the power of Taz. The hippie? ? The metal edged stairs. And I tripped up onto the bus and cut a gigantic chunk out of my leg and had to be off of school for 6 weeks.
In your defence, it was really fucking nasty.
It was really nasty. Even when they sewed it up, because you've not got a lot of skin or muscle on your shin, it opened up again and then it had to... Yeah. It's really horrible and the scar's actually very wide. But what was quite nice, with the 6 weeks I was off school... I went back to school and there was a rumour going around that I'd been beaten up by an old lady and that's why I was off school. And I did not prove them wrong. I thought that was way funnier.
This just reminds me of, wasn't it Tetsuo? One of our friends who was over in Australia. And he was
horrible,
doing labour work or something, and he was helping build a house.
Yeah, basically, my mate that we used to work with, he went over to Australia to go play basically professional rugby. And while he was there, he was put up in a nice house, he had a car and everything by the rugby club, but he had no spending money. So he went out and got a labouring job to fill the hours in between training. Basically, he was carrying this big sheet of glass. It slipped out of his grasp and cut through his kneecap. It actually took his kneecap
and then
pretty
it
much off.
slid down, and not only did it take his kneecap off, it sort of like kebab sliced the front of his shins.
It was
so
pretty
that
nasty.
he had one clear flap of his shin.
So basically, he'd gone out to a foreign country to play rugby, and then he can't play rugby anymore, and that was the only reason he was in the country, so he had to come back home.
Oh, bless him.
See, I thought
I'm so sorry for that, because that guy is one of the nicest people I've ever met in my life.
I thought you were going to tell a different story.
Yeah, one where he got an award.
Yeah,
Narnia.
Yeah.
So we were having a house party.
No. Oh, okay.
And it was for, I believe, my girlfriend at the time's birthday. And we were all dressed up in...
Hey, what an occasion.
We were all dressed up in 1920s gangster attire.
Oh, yeah!
Yeah, so we were on, like, white shirts and black ties, because that's all the fuck you can do. What a stupid idea. Not bitter.
Hashtag not bitter.
Hashtag not bitter. Look us up on hashtag pottopicpodcast.com and
Shameless
hashtag
plug.
not bitter.
.com.
I also decided to put a .com at the end of a hashtag. What the fuck's that?
Or whiskey.
What's that about? Drunk.
I will have my vengeance.com.
Managed to convince
Hashtag.
a... First of all, I didn't know she was 17 when she turned up.
Yeah.
Let's start that story with this.
Your Honour.
Well, also,
I did not know she was 17 when she turned up. She got very, very drunk.
there was no convincing as far as I was told the story. He simply said to her, "Do you know, if you run at that wall, you'll get to Narnia."
And she ran full tilt at the wall, hit it
pebble-dashed
full,
wall.
pebble-dashed garage wall.
And do you know what? There's no more spectacular way of finding out there's no such place as Narnia.
It
was also
beautiful.
up a bedding for flowers, so she had to take a step up, smack it with her face, and then fall down 2 foot.
Yeah.
It was beautiful.
Yeah, she still
It was
I'm sorry.
beautiful.
When you say you didn't know she was 17, I'm sorry, but 17-year-olds aren't that dumb. How fucking dumb was this woman?
Sorry,
She
this
turned
was
up,
the
she was a girlfriend of my ex-girlfriend's cousin. And that later
Sounds
that
so
night...
redneck.
She was stuck.
She was dumb.
My girlfriend's cousin broke up with her because she couldn't deal with being with this drunk mess.
Yeah. This was a girl who, at certain points, would go, "Oh, sup, bruv, how's it going?" And then in the same sentence suddenly change over to talking about emo music and how she's so original and unique and people just need to listen to
Oh, whatever,
her.
I do that, babes, but...
Well, yeah, but I mean, just she was...
Rapping off the
That's our entire premise.
Now, see, when that was that convinced her to, like, just
I'm
because...
going to bleep out his surname every
Oh, yeah.
time.
No, don't. I think it's
That guy is...
it's well worth certification.
I will censor his name because I'm going to tell this story where he robbed an ex-company of mine blind dry. It was his last day, and I didn't know this at the time, but afterwards he... Basically, we worked in a restaurant. I'm not going to name what restaurant or anything because this is really fucking illegal. He had on one bill a bottle of House White, a bottle of House Red, and a bottle of House Rosé. That was all the wine that any table drank that night. What he did was took a payment from a table. Before cashing off the table on the till, he would transfer the bottle of House whatever wine they drank that night onto a holding table. Cash that table off, take the 20 quid for the bottle of wine, put it in his pocket, move on to the next table. Oh, right, you have 3 bottles of wine. Okay, perfect. Bang,
I'm
bang,
already
bang.
confused.
Basically, what he was doing was putting through the stock system and through the tills 3 bottles of wine. What he did was sell 200 bottles of wine.
I'm still confused.
He walked out of the restaurant with 300 quid in his pocket.
And he's still your friend? That's really harsh.
He was. I knew that company was going under and bankrupt anyway. It was hilarious.
See,
he ran round the restaurant in nothing but his boxers after we closed for about 5 minutes.
In relation
doing
to the
laps
last
in
topic,
and I'm gonna stop. Actually, no, carry on, Darren.
I was just going to say, in relation to the last topic, and while we're talking about this lovely friend of ours, this was also the guy that when going to an accept award for amateur rugby league sort of man of the year or man of the season.
Yeah, I remember
the
this.
night before, his girlfriend tried to have a little bit of a kinky evening with him. and at some point she jumped on him while he was in bed, and in the act of trying to shove her off from underneath the duvet, punched her square in the face, like actually shattered part of the top bridge of her nose.
Yes.
She had to go to hospital, have like plasters put across her face, everything. Her
She
eyes
had a
turned
purple
black.
face.
Purple face. She honestly had a purple face.
It
They
looked
went
like
to
she'd
the
been punched
award.
square in the face.
That's one of those situations where you would quite simply get bored of saying the words. I was asleep.
No. It gets better.
He had to accept an award
the next day, and when his name was called up, his friends arranged to have the Rocky theme tune play as he entered the stage. He ran up with his arms in the air. I mean, well done, that man.
whilst throwing air punches. Domestic violence is not funny.
Has
unless
anyone
it's
else
funny?
Has anyone else got some bad injuries?
We've got 4 minutes left, guys.
Well, lovely. Let's have one last topic.
This is from the Hot Pot, I think.
Hot. One from the hosts.
And I think this is going to last more than 4 minutes.
Go for it. Whatever.
Narratives/movie tropes that absolutely need to die.
Who's that from?
It's the Hot Pot, so it doesn't say.
Do you know what? It's that sort of hacking where, like, the computer nerd sitting at like a station just going tappity 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 tap. All right, I'm in the mainframe. Tappity 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 tap. Oh, they're putting up a fight. Tappity 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 tap.
Don't stress those things. It's all swimming pools and tits
And scissoring.
and scissoring Lana.
The weirdest way of saying scissoring I've ever heard.
And scissoring.
And scissoring.
Go back to the previous podcast. Otherwise, just watch Hackers. Amazing film.
No, I mean, there's plenty. There's the fact that every car blows up when it's shot.
One that I saw recently online was actually a video that debunks all the films where they get to a locked gate that has like actually a padlock on it, and they will simply shoot the padlock to get into whatever area they're trying to get into. But the fact is, if you actually take any standard gun that you see in those films, like Die Hard or anything, like they're usually a 9mm. And the fact is, those guns aren't powerful enough to blow most standard heavy-duty locks. So, like, when you see those scenes, they're just that it would take at least a dozen shots to get anywhere near breaking a standard good-issue padlock.
On the same note, shooting at a gas tank on a car.
Yeah.
Like, you shoot a bullet at the petrol tank of a car. It doesn't create a spark and create an explosion.
It creates a leak.
It makes a very, very anticlimactic leak.
I would like to chuck in on this. Phone taps, keep them on the phone to keep the tap going.
Yes.
In a digital age, phone taps are instantaneous.
Yeah,
You've got
doesn't
GPS.
exist.
It's not like you never have to keep someone on the phone to say, okay, keep them talking for another 2 minutes.
You have their number instantly.
Yes.
You don't need to know where they are. You have their fucking phone number. You can give them a call back and say, we're on our way.
Yeah.
Do you know what? There's actually a trope that once I found out about and read into and spent enough time understanding, I actually made a quite a fairly serious like editing process to the big book that got to watch over, which is
Can't wait, by the way.
it's, you know, that whole thing where you knock someone out and then they're down.
Yeah.
That's bullshit.
Not quite true.
Now, for the most part, if you knock someone out and they hit the floor and they, like, their head is on level with the rest of the body and that gives the body time to equalise blood flow and recover, they will normally recover within 2 minutes. If they are out for more than 2 minutes, they're at risk of brain damage. If they are out for more than 5 minutes, they're pretty much brain damaged. That could do with going away. Because, now I know it, it's lazy.
You've actually reminded me another one as well. The idea in, say, like, heist movies and criminal-themed movies of a policeman has to tell you they're a member of... they're actually a policeman. Otherwise, it's not legally evident in court.
Yeah.
It's not true. Police do not need to tell you they're policemen. Undercover cops do not need to tell you they are policemen because you're smuggling 16 tons of cocaine.
I always thought there was a vice thing in America.
It's not true
Because the
whatsoever.
cliche is the hooker always asks, are you affiliated with any...
It's not true at all, and that's how they fucking get people for solicitation.
What I find quite interesting.
Can't fucking talk. My lips are drunk.
Felicitation.
Solicitation.
Feminization.
Ah, how's it going, sweetie? I like your skirt. I'm going to felicitize you. Solicitize you. Felicitize?
Oh.
Was that nice on the mic?
No, it wasn't. What I find quite funny is that you guys have spoken very much about the logic bring into the reality of the situation rather than, it is just storytelling. Like, films don't have to be documentaries. They can just be storytelling.
Yeah.
You can just let that shit go. But you've not spoken about any of the kind of social things that you might not like. You're talking more about the law and science and stuff like that.
Oh, in that case, it's every single fucking teenage movie where the dorky kid ends up with the school princess.
That is a different version.
Never happens.
Or when the geeky chick takes off her glasses and all of a sudden she's a banging chick. Is that what they're called?
Not enough.
Oh, hang on.
Actually, I'm going to stop you there
They've
for a
been
second.
cheeky.
Tom's just drawn something.
No.
Tom, basically, okay, hands in the air, I wasn't listening at all.
She wasn't listening.
I just asked Tom what the topic was, and he wrote a sentence that made no sense whatsoever.
Basically, I saw this note from Kel, which is, what is the topic? I went to go show her the notes of what the topic was, and it said, the narrates that need to die, spelt D-Y-E. So it's supposed to be the narratives that need to die.
Oh, cool, right.
D-I-E.
Narrative conceits that need to go away. Not the narrates that need to die.
Oh dear Lord, I'm drunk.
Let me tell you about this spy thriller. It's brought to you in purple.
I want to watch it.
Tastes like crayon.
The colour purple is a spy thriller.
I think it was Miss Scarlet in the library with a chainsaw.
So can I just mention that in this question it says narrative/movie tropes that absolutely need to die. Narrative in itself, I think, case in point being lately, the film that came out was The Craze, Legend.
Legend,
yeah.
yeah.
And everyone, no, I haven't.
I want to see
Sorry,
it.
quickly interject. The only the only movie in history where someone can actually be nominated for the Oscars of Best Actor and Best Supporting Actor as the same
Really?
actor.
No,
I'm sure that's not the only one.
Parent Trap.
No, I'm sorry, not nominated, but the only one that could possibly win.
Yeah.
If he wins both
Tom
those.
Hardy is fucking
Didn't
amazing.
Warwick Davis
is
did a joke about that,
fantastic.
didn't
But
he?
this
That
is the
film
thing.
is really
Now,
fucking
I
good.
haven't seen it, but I did try and read an extensive sort of description about it that I saw on, I think, The Telegraph. And they said the thing that killed it, or at least slowed it down in parts, was the fact that the narrative content for the film, the segments that were sort of being talked to like a storyline, is meant to be from, I can't remember, I think it's Ronnie? No,
Yeah.
which is the crazy one?
Reggie.
Yeah. So it was Ronnie's girlfriend. So the woman they
Reggie
get
was
to
gay.
portray. Yeah, I know one of them was gay, but I couldn't remember the name of which one had a wife. She is meant to narrate certain segments of the film, or not tell you what's going on, but she's sort of giving little segments of it, and it's her voice. And people have critiqued it, saying that it stunts the
video
movie.
I got up.
So, I mean, I'm still interested to watch. I will watch it.
Most definitely.
But I worry that because of that question, it's reminded me that people have said the narration in that was unnecessary. So it's actually stunted the film from being purely enjoyable.
So, I mean, I'm going to stop myself from calling up on focusing on a part of the question that has and asking a question that has nothing to do with the question whatsoever.
Yeah, but we discuss the topic.
It's a good job
But-
you stopped yourself from calling up.
So I'm going to assume like the trope you're calling on is kind of a narrative in movie that doesn't require narrative.
Yeah.
Ah, fair enough.
Yeah.
I mean, yes. I know I've seen some films that don't need a narrator.
Fight Club. Sorry.
No.
No. That's a joke
Dragon,
because
the Bruce Lee
the main
story.
character is the narrator,
Yes.
and it's a fucking amazing film. End scene.
It is. I need to watch it again. It's been a long time since I've seen Fight Club.
I don't think I've ever seen it.
What?
How have you never seen Fight Club?
No, never came up.
Oh, there we are. There's one. Silenced weapons. I could really do, I could really do, I'd be happy if, film narratives did away with, or even also books are guilty of it, but this idea that a silenced weapon is silent. It's not. Putting a silencer on a weapon is the difference between, hearing a neighbourhood hearing it and a block hearing it.
Yeah.
They're still fucking loud. If you get into a building and shoot someone in the head with a silencer, 2 floors either side of you at least are still going to hear the shot.
Have you ever actually experienced a silencer then?
YouTube have silencer videos. They have silencer demonstration videos, and it shows you. But also, there's.
I'm not doubting it, but I'm just wondering when you've ever been in a situation where you've heard a silencer.
Personally,
That's
no.
a little bit suspect. Spy Taz. Dun dun dun. We should have known from your name.
You're not the one living in Croydon, are you?
No, ain't fucking not, bro. Right. Is that there?
Yes.
Shall we call it?
That's not a nice way to end it, though. We've got no climax.
Are we done with all movie tropes? Are we done with all things that annoy us in movies?
We need to have a climax.
Dying?
Come on, 10 minutes of whimsy. Come on.
How about the fake climax in porn films?
The fake climax in porn films. No,
Do you know what really irritates me actually in porn is when a guy who apparently is getting to the point of that he needs to come decides to pull out and shoot it over his face, some lady's face.
His own face. Oh my god,
that would be amazing. No, I'd like to see that.
I would love that as a porn.
Love to see that.
Oh baby, I'm about to come. Just push her aside. Actually, palm in face, push her off.
Never.
In his own face. Amazing.
Never understood the idea of coming in a girl's face. Or on a girl's face, sorry.
Let me tell you a tale.
It's the same as territorial pissing against a tree.
Oh, is it marking your territory?
I think
this is my bitch, yeah?
I think that's basically where the attraction comes from. Yeah.
Except some territories are like pissing into electric fence.
Basically,
in that, if you come on me, I am going to claw your testicles off.
If Steve-O from CKY really gets you off.
Talking about tropes, I would like to debut a description of a porn trope I have. I called it Jackov's Lollipop.
Okay.
Jackov's Lollipop is if in the first act a lady has a lollipop in her mouth, by the end of the third act, it would have found some other means of ingress.
Yes. Every time, yes.
I'm waiting for somebody to adopt that trope into the next porn film, and then when she gets to set, they hand her one of those comically large ones, just the huge circular lollipop, just wait, sorry, third
what,
scene?
like fucking Willy Wonka style lollipops?
Rather than one that you can actually fit into your mouth, just one ridiculous sized lollipop.
The worst thing about what I'm going to say next is that I mean it truthfully. I'm going to wait until I have more followers on Twitter, and then I'm going to publish that.
What is it? At
the Taz That Am. Come find me. I post stuff. Sometimes it might be funny.
Sorry, is that
Hard sell.
Taz That Am?
At the Taz That Am.
Okay.
That Am.
Because he
that
is.
Am.
I concur.
Interesting enough, you'll find it if you go there. But I describe myself in the description. I describe myself as writer, podcaster, and self-proclaimed person.
Oh, I beg to differ.
You're not a real person. I've told you this before.
You're not a real
Figment
boy.
of my imagination.
Emphasis on the self-proclaimed. Cool. So, are we done there, Tom?
I think we are.
Are we looking for some
I
tune?
think we are. Yes, what have we got this week?
Are we perhaps, like, how do you fancy some easy jazz?
Yeah, I was just thinking jazz. Let's do this.
How about...
That's the most excited anyone's ever got about jazz ever.
I think.
How about an easy jazz version of Grieg's Hall of the Mountain King, in the Hall of the Mountain King?
I can only hear the Pingu theme tune. Fuck.
No, okay. I'll tell you, I will provide...
There we go.
I will provide bass.
Autumn Towers. Go.
Oh, all right. Fucking I did orchestra as well.
I will
Didn't
provide
learn
bass.
shit,
I will need a mouth trumpet and maybe a...
Oh,
Oh, shit.
Didn't I just say?
Share and tell a friend about the podcast. The website is podtopicpodcast.com. Sign up to our newsletter and then we can join Twitter. We're at Podtopic Podcast. Don't know why I've got this intonation. Facebook and Tumblr, just search Podtopic Podcast. I can't be asked for this shit anymore. Instagram at podtopicpodcast.com. I'm sorry, Podtopic. Hashtag Podtopic Podcast. Get on our community wall. Emails at podtopicpodcast.com. Send us your feedback. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, your mum, your mum. Rate and review us on iTunes and Stitcher, 5 stars only. Obviously, but listen to this shit. Like the video on YouTube if that's where you prefer to listen to it.
I was playing the vibrating cat.
Music used in this episode was Meatball Parade by Kevin MacLeod from Compotech.com. It's licensed under Creative Commons by Attribution 3.0. Please see the MP3 comment tag or show notes on podtopicpodcast.com for more information.
Your trousers are very shiny. See where I got
bought
confused
them
there?
for £6 from a charity shop. Maybe someone died in them.
You can only hope.
Fingers crossed.
I really don't want to be wearing them anymore, but I didn't bring any pyjama bottom.
You borrow some? Taz, he's got some.
I bought some.
Yeah, you can always
boxes,
borrow
I think it might be a bit. Yeah, I borrowed them really hard to the fact that they're in my house. Yeah, I might have to when I go to bed tonight. I might go in Diola's. Might go to sleep in Diola's bed, because he's not here.
Yeah,
Really? And I'm
All
not?
his friends are here.
It'll
He's
give
not
you
here.
give
I'll
you a
celebrate
reasonable
his
chance to get to
birthday
sleep.
in his bed. Hi Diola, I just made your bed sweaty for your birthday.
Did everybody see this this post Cal put up about like fucking grinder heroes? And so who just fucking lose so hard they win. There's one that just slayed me.
Almost win.
Which is it almost win, yeah. But the one that just slayed me was you're right, bro. Do you mind if I go up your shit pussy? It's like shit pussy. Really? Yeah. I want to get in and eat your shizarus.
Oh, gross.
Oh,
Wonderful. Right, that's probably the mic check.